Good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live. And tonight's live, guys, is Fantasy Football After Dark, and we're going to be doing tomato, and we're going to be getting to your questions. It's a Q&A. I'm not going to be doing a specific video on top 5 this or top 5 this, because I want to get to y'all questions. So, guys, make sure you put your questions in. I'm getting to them immediately. If you want to skip the line, you know what to do. Super chat. Other than that, I'm going to try to read out the members first. Also, Harambe is too. And we'll get the residuals after that, guys. So make sure you sign up as a member, especially a phenom member. You get a lot of perks with that. Also, guys, I got listener leagues, and I'm willing to do one more if you want to do it. So just sign up as a member and let me know. Say, TD, I want to get in one of your listener leagues, and I got you. So Harambe's in one. Hey, tell everybody how the listener leagues are going and what we're doing in those 2 leagues.
Listener league,
I'm willing to do one more. Hey, Harambe, your sound is off. Maybe you need to go out and come back in. Okay. So, guys, yes. So tonight, guys, we're gonna be doing a lot of Q&As. So get ready. Make sure you become a member of the channel. This is cutting edge content. Okay, say something, bro.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you ready now?
Testing. All right. Listener League is free. You got to be a member on TD's channel. And based on your tier, that's the prize you're going to get if you win. And then the IDP Dynasty Best Ball League. How many starters is it? 19 starters?
19 starters.
Woo! 10 IDP starters and 9 offensive players? Or is it vice versa? Something like that.
It's something like that.
It's a shitload of players, but we're in the middle of a 56-round draft. 56 rounds, and it's getting tough out there. It's getting barren with those available players. So
yes,
it's gonna start getting spicy.
Yes, and real quick, guys, before we get started, I want to talk to y'all about a trade that I made. I've traded Breece Hall for Malik Nabers. And I also got 2 back-to-back picks with the guy that was at the 1-2. Correct, Amy, at the 1-2?
Yes.
Yes, he's at the 1-2. So I got his back-to-back picks. So I got 3 players out of it after trading Breece. So I just want to let y'all know, kind of, so we can gauge that as the season goes on. To me, I love the pick. I got 2 starters. I got Deontay Johnson, I got Rashid Shaheed, and I got Malik Nabers. And I also got to go and target certain guys when I started picking. And I needed to stack a lot of running backs. I like stacking running backs because I believe in the 4th quadrant, Chuba Herbert could be the number 1 running back. So I want to take those opportunities. CMC was not the number 1 running back week 17. I think it was Zamir White, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right. Top 3 or something.
So, yes, sir. All right, so let's get to some of the comments, bro. We got a tomato in right now. Right now, Breece Hall is winning over Malik Nabers, but we'll do another one after we go through a round of questions.
Hey, man, in preseason today, Malik looked like Maliki the Freaky. He looked like a man amongst boys, right?
Right.
Like throwing defenders around like rag dolls and whatnot.
Come on now.
Him and Caleb look super impressive today.
Come on now.
Yep. Facts, man.
Guys, cutting edge. Listen, I took a lot of flack, and that's fair. It's fair, because we just gauging whatever. But I've made what I always tell people, and they don't want to listen to this. I was like, well, what about when I say that Tyreek was going to be the number 1 player in the world? You think that's easy now, but I said that 3-4 years ago. So also I said Amon-Ra is a 1st-round pick. What was that? What was that 3 years ago? That was crazy. So I want to that's why my channel is cutting edge. You can't be scared to make a move to make your team better. 1 player is not going to win it all. Now, listen, I love Tyreek. I'm only taking Tyreek because he, that's my guy. But if he's the only good player I got on my team, I'm not going to win a championship because I got Tyreek. So you gotta build a strong team and know the scoring formats. That's one of the most important things, is knowing the scoring format, how to win. Just because you got certain players don't mean you're gonna win. All right. So let's move on. Let's get to, let me see. Big Wheels in the house. Zach Seaman in the house. Guys, he's in the listener leagues too. Jack Boo's in the house. So Zach says the thumbnail on the video is fire. Appreciate that, bruh. Appreciate it. Harambe with the cat, Zach says.
Yes, sir. That's my boy. Lil Omega.
Yes, sir. And Jack says it's that time of the year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, this is open forum. If you have questions, if you want to speculate, debate on players, whatever, post those fucking questions. It's fantasy after dark.
Fantasy football after dark.
Yes, sir. I think that trade you made for Nabers caused a little controversy because everyone is so high on Breece.
I know.
And they're like, well, he's a top 5, top 6 pick, whatever,
Right.
But and then they're shitting on the Giants like it's the Jets too. The Jets are just as shit.
Right. I'm like, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you the type of person I am. The books that I read, the life philosophies that I tend to gravitate to, I like the downtrodden. Because in life, if y'all haven't figured this out yet, who's been great? It's been the downtrodden. Who took over? Who's the ruler of the United States right now? It's the colonists that was downtrodden. So you talking about the New York Giants that you don't want it? That's on you. I'm still taking elite players. Elite players still gonna be elite. So I don't go just, yes, I do like elite situations. I am going to draft players in elite situations. Don't get it twisted. But when it comes to make make my team different than other teams, I'm going after some of these guys like on bottom fed teams. Amon-Ra was on the bottom fed team like 2 years ago. Did nobody? Yep. The Giants, Jared Goff. Who is Jared Goff? That's why I do this shit all the time, and I talk about this all the time because nobody wants to give me any credit for what I was saying. And now you own Jared Goff. Jared Goff supposed to have been out of the league. He sucked. That's why McVay don't want him. And this dude got a major bag. So
take the road.
Like the downtrodden. Go ahead, Harambe. What'd you say?
There's a quote, take the road less traveled.
Come on now.
Because it might bring you to a magical place.
That's what the yellow brick road is for. Come on, man. Stop it. That's why I talked about books and stuff. That's what the yellow brick road. If y'all don't know what the Wizard of Oz meant, if you just want to say, I'm the lollipop 10, the lollipop 10, the lollipop 10, I represent the lollipop 10. So welcome to Munchkin Land. If that's what you watch, the Wizard of Oz for, you don't know what it was about. It was about a person going to get your destiny.
And they had to take a yellow brick road to get there.
Come on now.
And wear ruby slippers. I'm not doing it. Now. But someone had to do it. And it was Dorothy.
Come on now.
Yeah. Facts, man.
I'll break Dorothy back. I said what I said.
Hey, she was gorgeous in her time. Judy Garland, gorgeous.
Right. That's why I said she can get her back.
Hair, man.
Right. That's why I said she can get her back broken. That's why I said what I said.
Oh, man. You're going to take her to see the Wizard of Oz, ain't you, TD?
You know it.
I think people like, I'll admit it, man. As soon as you made that trade, I was like, whoa, what are you doing? And then I thought about it a little bit. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
Okay. You need wide receivers for Dynasty. You need that like elite player who could be Nabers. And from what it's preseason, but what I'm seeing now, he's going to be featured early and often.
Right.
All the time in the game. He's going to have 10 targets a game.
Right.
And he's a beast. Like he's a big dude.
Yeah, he looks, guys, he ain't even got the NFL weight on him.
Right.
You know what the NFL weight is that you know what I'm talking about. Everybody in the NFL does it. When he listen, guys, he's bigger than Debo when Debo was a rookie. He's bigger than Debo when Debo was a rookie. So I think he's going to be Debo running routes like Devontae Adams with speed like, what would you say his speed level is on? Give me a comparison, Harambe.
To me, like he could probably be like a AJ Brown type guy.
I think he's faster than AJ.
He could be, man. AJ's
I think
fast
he's
as
faster
shit.
than AJ.
He could
I
be.
think he's more like, I'm trying to think of a speed. He ain't Tyreek. I would say he's
No.
a little bit below Waddle, speed wise.
He's bigger too.
But he's bigger. That's what I'm saying. I'm just giving you, throwing out the things that he's got. Like he's Debo. He's gonna be Debo size. He's gonna run routes like Devontae Adams, and he's gonna have speed like on a Waddle level.
Well, his speed to me is like because his body type is different. Pause. Like he's more physical. So when he's accelerating and hitting that top, hitting that sixth gear,
Right.
it's like scary, powerful, fast versus like Waddle, who's just like, pew, and he's gone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe
But
like a DK.
I think he's quick. I think he's quick like Waddle though. Even though he's bigger, man. It's kind of like it's sneaky.
He's shifty.
Yes, he's very, very shifty, like a smaller guy. Pause.
Yeah. Chef TBTB, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Like and subscribe. What's up,
yes,
bro?
sir. Yes, sir.
He's a better route running Jamar Chase. Nifty says that's
nifty.
That's pretty accurate,
I can't believe you said
man.
that, bro. That isn't. A lot of people would think I was saying crazy. He's a better route runner than Chase. I think he's better than Chase. Coming out as a rookie, he's better than Chase. I hate to say it, man. He's better than Chase.
He seems more like physical and powerful than Chase.
Right.
And I talk about this with my boys in my league. Like, some of them think people are sleeping on Chase. I'm like, no one's sleeping on Chase, dude. Chase had that insane rookie year, got hurt, had some decent numbers like in the last 2 years, but like we've probably seen Chase peak, right? His rookie year.
Right.
Maybe he could replicate those numbers again, like if he's healthy and Burrow's healthy. But like, in my opinion, we've probably seen pretty damn close to the ceiling of Jamar Chase.
Right.
His first year.
Right.
And people are thinking he's going to do that every single year. And I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Right. Also, to give y'all a little bit of gas too, sometimes the guys who's getting, I would say, kind of some nasty targets where they're not going to be great targets like on Kansas City, those type of guys are usually league winner. Remember, I'm not going to say Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase like that because we all knew that Joe Burrow was really, really good. But it's a couple, like, look at Devontae Adams the year that he played with Derek Carr, and he was getting a lot of trash targets, but he ended up like being a league winner in the playoffs where he had like 40 points back to back. This could be Malik Nabers. Him and Daniel Jones only going to get better. No matter who's the starter, they're going to start Malik Nabers regardless. So who cares? Everything don't got to be perfect, right? Sometimes, don't you know, some of the best houses that we've seen that you see, these houses had to be renovated, and they end up becoming a great value. So I go to the Giants and say, you don't want Malik Nabers? He going to have trashy targets. You take him. This thing you know, in week 8, 9, him and Daniel Jones is on the same page, and he's getting 12 targets a game. He's finishes as a top 5 guy.
I want to say something about Daniel Jones.
Go ahead.
Daniel Jones is not a very good real-life quarterback.
Right.
We've seen it. He's not great. He's had moments of, greatness. He went on the road and he smashed the Vikings.
Facts.
Smashed them. I think he ran for 100 yards in that game.
Yes, and he threw for 200.
Yeah. So if you look at his real-life production, it's not great. It's the Giants. They're stumbling and fumbling and bumbling. They're trying to like get back to being, that legendary franchise. That they're a historic franchise. When you look at Daniel Jones's numbers the last few years, when he does play, he's got a decent point output for fantasy. You guys are tripping. So like, are you going to start him as your QB1? Nah. Could you maybe start him? Yeah. You got balls of steel if you do it, because like I probably wouldn't do it. But if you go back, look at his game logs, He puts up decent points when he does play, but then again, the floor could bottom out and he could get you 2 points. But I've seen that dude put up over 40 points, and it's Daniel Jones. So with Malik Nabers being that elite stud that we think he's going to be, he's going to raise Daniel Jones' play.
Right.
He's going to make Daniel Jones a better quarterback and get all these interceptions and fumbles out of the way now. He threw two interceptions and a pick 6 on a dumbass throw today. Get that shit out of the way now. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, man, I might even start Daniel Jones in DraftKings one week. Shh. Because if he runs in a touchdown and throws a touchdown, he's going to get you 20 points for a quarterback who's what, $5,000 in a DraftKings match. So like, no, guys, obviously no one's starting him every week. No one's probably going to draft him in Superflex, especially best ball. Grab him super late and get that boom. He's going to boom a couple weeks. I think he is.
Right.
I'm not going to stash him in a redraft. I'm not going to hold him on my bench, but like, he's in the NFL, you guys. Like, his career has not been great. He does have a playoff win. He's got more, doesn't he have more playoff wins than Justin Herbert?
Yes. Yes.
And everyone's like,
road. He won that playoff game on the road.
Dude, they smashed the Vikings.
They did.
They went in there and they handled their business.
Right.
Daniel Jones is in the NFL. Like, he's gonna have decent games. And if Malik Nabers is the guy we think he is, he's only gonna raise Daniel Jones' floor and every week play. So I want to see Daniel Jones succeed. They invested a lot of money in him. They can't just like push him to the wayside because then it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. So I'm curious to see how Daniel Jones does this year with a weapon like that. And then their run game is going to be fine too. Devin Singletary's no bum. Devin Singletary's going to do very well there.
Right. Tyrone Tracy is back running in practice. He's not he's not participating, but he's running in practice. So this was what I would ask you real quick before we move on to the next topic or next tomato. What did you think about Baker Mayfield when Cleveland let him go?
I was mad.
Okay.
I don't think Baker got the chance. And like, so me and my brother, I work with my brother. We talk about dysfunctional companies and dysfunctional organizations. That's a dysfunctional organization. They draft a quarterback. I'm talking about Cleveland. They're good now. They're getting their shit together now. But they draft a quarterback every single fucking year, and you can't get a base there. You can't get any traction to become a semi-decent franchise. So when they drafted Baker, even the fans were like, "Oh, this is our savior. He's going to resurrect the Cleveland Browns." Right. Baker had some decent games in Cleveland. He won a playoff game in Cleveland, did he not? Didn't they beat the Steelers?
Yep, and almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Facts. And then he goes to Tampa Bay because everyone writes him off, and he balls the fuck out. He had a great fantasy year and a great year last year.
Right. Yep.
But I was mad. I was mad because they don't give these guys a chance. And I get it. It's a fast-moving business. You got to win now. I get that. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Right.
You got to push these guys to the side. But you also look at these organizations that are successful. What's the one position that they have solidified? Quarterback.
They patient. Look at Green Bay. How patient they was with Jordan Love.
No one gave. Dude, exactly. Like, they drafted Jordan Love, and they're like, why the fuck they do that? They got Aaron Rodgers. And then he sits for, 2 years, right? 4 years. So my math is off. I'm terrible at math, bro. He sits for 4 years, and then he gets a chance, and he's a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
Right. Right.
And this year, everyone's like, I'm drafting Jordan Love. He's a stud. And what I was, trying to get at, too, is, people are so reactionary on the past.
Right.
And they put that towards the future. They think that's going to happen again. The shit changes every single year, man. Every year. Coaches change, schemes change, players change. The draft happens. It's always a moving business. They're always trying to make it better. So, I think you give Daniel Jones at least one whole year to see what he could do with a weapon like Malik Nabers.
Right. So what also I would say, What did you think about Joe Flacco last year before the season?
No one was talking about Joe Flacco because he got signed.
What did you think? I want to know what did you think of him though? Did you think that he was would you be okay if he was out of the league last year if he didn't get signed to a team before the season game?
I think Joe Flacco has won a Super Bowl and he's a Super Bowl MVP, isn't he?
Yes, but I'm pretty sure that before last year, people was like, he's old. Who wants him on his team? He should be out the league.
No, bullshit. Remember when Brett Favre went to the Jets? He was old. He balled out.
No. Joe Flacco hadn't started in years, bro. This is when Brett Favre had been. It was just a continuation of him going to a new team. Joe Flacco had been out. He ain't started in 6 years since he left Baltimore, and then I think he started a couple games and played trashy. But what happened was situations changed, going to what you were saying, and then Joe Flacco came into the team that was designed for him, and Amari Cooper went crazy.
He balled out.
Well, David Njoku went crazy. That team was good. That team made the playoffs because of Joe Flacco. So what I'm saying, situations can change. We've seen it. We see quarterbacks for 1 minute they should be out the NFL, to the next minute they are elite. So I just want people to kind of understand that and don't go with the waves. Kind of stay consistent.
No, you can't. It's like what you're saying, the road less traveled, man. Like, go against the grain a little bit. Go against what, the media says or social media.
If it makes sense. If it makes sense. Right.
Yeah, like, you don't want to follow the trend. You want to be a trendsetter. Right. So, like, when Flacco got signed to Cleveland, I knew that those position players were going to ball out because they were having quarterback problems all year, and they were still putting up decent enough points. So when Flacco, a Super Bowl winning vet, comes in with that OC and coach, I mean, the writing's on the wall. You knew they were going to ball out. And then if they would have beat Houston in the playoffs last year, they probably would have gone to the AFC title game.
They could have. Definitely.
I wanted them to go all the way. That was the Browns with old man Flacco was must-see TV last year.
Right. All right. So now we about to end this tomato and do a new one.
Okay.
And let's do some questions. Wait a minute. We're going to set up the tomato first, and then we'll do the questions.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Yep, sir. Okay, let's go.
Who are you drafting this year? Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Okay.
Or Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
I think that's a pretty close tomato.
Especially by the ADPs.
They're going pretty much right around the same spot.
Right. Okay, let's do some questions. Let's see here. Jack says, I've got the 4th pick in a 14-man league. Who's 2 guys I can target at round 2 and 3? He got the 4th pick. So let me pull up my board. The 4th pick. And you want to know who 14-man league, right? And you want to know who you can target in round 2 and 3.
I think Pacheco is a good target for the 3rd round.
Right. I don't like Pacheco, but you do. I respect that. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I would say I like A-Chain if you can make it back to you in the 2nd round. I like A-Chain.
ETN.
ETN. Yes, that's it. And I'm gonna give you one more. I love ETN. That's another guy. And guys, also I got a special coming to you. I got some breaking news about Breach, but I'm not gonna say it right now because I'm in the middle of a draft and I can't give away my flyer. But I do got something to tell people about Breach. Okay, one more guy. Who can he get right there? Elite tight end. So I would say A-Chain, ETN, or elite tight end like Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, Lil Porter
Yep.
at that ADP. Who's your couple guys?
I like Pacheco in the third. In the second, man, I was going to say ETN in the second. That's a great pick there.
It is.
I'd be willing to take if Henry could fall there in the second, I would take Henry there.
Right.
Just because of the touchdown upside.
Right.
I don't think Henry's going to fall too far in the second round, man. Like, I've been doing a lot of mock drafts, and he's going like right at the turn.
Okay. All right.
How about Malik Nabers at the 3 turn right there?
Yeah, I also Malik Nabers. I would say Malik Nabers too. I would say that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good one. Raven says, "What up, fellas?" TD. Nifty says, "Yes, sir." Raven says, "Can y'all rate my team?" Yes, give me your team. Raven, put your team in the chat. Usually, I don't rate teams, bruh. Going forward, you have to be a member. I'm not going to rank teams during the season if you're not a member. But if you're a member, I will go through your team and rank it or rate it. What up, Chef? Nifty said we talked about that. Nifty said he's a better route running Chase. Talking about Malik Nabers, I agree with that.
Danny
I like his
Crimes.
route running.
He called him Danny Crimes. That's hilarious.
Right. Chef says Daniel Jones has never been accurate, but has the nickname Danny Dimes. He was accurate early in his career, bro. Don't you know Daniel Jones has been through some bad coaching. He's probably been through the worst coaching in NFL history. He had a guy to take a knee on their side of the field on third down. That's never happened in the NFL. You don't take knees just to punt the ball in the NFL, unless it's like at the end of the game to win the game. So that was terrible. So Daniel Jones has had terrible coaching. This is probably the best coaching he's had in a long time, and I think he's got some growing pains. The reason why they didn't want to let him go is because if Daniel Jones would have went to somewhere like Kansas City and learned behind Andy Reid and then went to another team, he could be elite. So you have to be careful with giving up your trash because another man's trash is another man's treasure.
Facts. His skill set is impressive. I mean,
right.
He's got legs and he can throw it. Like, might not be the most accurate, but he could definitely deliver the football.
Facts. Nifty said he got the tools. His IQ is just awful. I think Danny actually is really smart. He went to Duke. I think he's goofy. I think he does goofy things. I think that's the thing. That's the thing with Danny. I think he's very smart, but he's just goofy. What do you think, Harambe?
I think he's actually quite smart, and he possibly overthinks it a bit and gets in his head. A lot of people who are self-critical and can get down on themselves are very smart people because they're analyzing everything around them, what they're doing good, what they're doing bad, what's going on over here, what's going on over there. Whereas a lot of people are just focused on one thing.
Right.
If you're a quarterback, you gotta know everything that's going on. And what you said with the shitty coaching, that goes hand in hand with this. So if you have a shitty coach, shitty schemes, and you give that to a super mental guy, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean a guy who thinks a lot and is in his head.
Right.
That could be catastrophic.
Right.
I want to see a full year with decent enough coaching, and they have decent enough weapons there. So let's see it.
Right.
I want to see it.
Siobhan says, I'm uncertain about Nabers. I see the upside, but I see the downside about Jones. Let's circle back 3 weeks after the official start. By then, the nerves are shaking, and they're a player who they want to be. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not worried about it because Nabers such an alpha. I don't care who's throwing the ball. I'm okay with Drew Lock or whoever they trade for. If Daniel Jones falls off, I'm okay. I think Nabers is elite enough to play with anybody.
Yep. Quarterback proof.
Siobhan also says, I do like Tyrone Tracy, maybe the third and fourth quadrant sleeper. Right. That's what happens. That's what happens. Third and fourth quadrant guys change the top 5 shifts sometimes. So, yes, you do need to be looking to stash guys who's going to break out later in the season.
He looked impressive with his touches in preseason last week, the way he was attacking the hole. Like, he looked better to me than Trey Benson.
Yes. Yep.
When I was watching Trey Benson earlier, he has happy feet and he doesn't attack the hole. Like, pause. He doesn't decide what he's doing. It looks like he's trying to decide in real time. And at this level with this game speed, you can't do that. So Tracy, to me, looked like he already kind of knew what he was doing, and he looked more impressive than Benson.
I know how to watch it for guys elite if they can attack the hole. I've been attacking the holes for a long time in life. So I know when a guy is attacking the hole, I can tell if he's good at doing it.
I love
Tyrone
attacking
Tracy
holes.
looks good at doing it. Pause.
I love attacking holes.
Right.
Only certain ones, obviously.
Right. Right. Facts. Raven says Nabers a stud. Nervous as fuck though, because he's attached to a ticking time bomb. I don't see it that way.
I don't
see it that way.
What I think is going to happen is he'll raise Daniel Jones' play just enough to where it's good enough.
Right.
And that will translate in fantasy, no problem. It might not be like, again, it might not. Fantasy and real life are two different things, guys.
Right.
You can have an elite fantasy player be an okay real life player.
Right.
So if he can raise Danny Crimes, we'll call him Danny Crimes. If he could raise his play just enough to where they are competitive, they have a good defense, you guys. They have a sleeper defense. If they can get them enough efficient drives and they're in these games, I think Daniel Jones is going to be fine. Right. They've been stumbling the past 2 years trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
I think they'll probably put it together this year and be like decent enough. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl, nothing like that.
Right.
But these guys should be decent enough for fantasy, especially Nabers and Singletary.
I agree. Siobhan says, hope you and Harambe haven't been doing good and great in the community too. You and Harambe haven't been doing great in the community too. Yes, been doing good. Good.
Siobhan. Thank you, Siobhan.
Raven says, I'm a Ravens fan from Baltimore, so I always was rooting for Flacco. Right.
I remember times where people were saying Flacco wasn't it. Because he never put up like insane numbers, but he was like good enough. They had a smash mouth run game and a smash mouth defense.
Right.
And then he became a Super Bowl MVP.
Right. Siobhan says Joe Flacio. Wow. Joey Flacio. Wow. Great one, Siobhan. Great one. Was sitting on a couch and said, hell yeah, I'll play. And Njoku balled out and Amari Cooper slayed it. He now sits behind Anthony Richardson. Flacio is counseling him in the quarterback room. Right. Great observation, Siobhan. I agree 100%.
We talked about this on the past live, TD. If, God forbid, if their starting quarterback gets hurt, that team's going to be fine.
Right.
They're going to be just fine.
Right.
Because of Joe Flacco.
I would never forget one of your deep sleepers. It was Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Raven says, I hope Flack is canceling Richardson after the rumors that came out when the Ravens drafted Lamar. What rumors came out? Oh, yeah, he didn't want to help with Lamar. No, man, you can't listen. I'm going to tell you something. Listen, Harambe, you got a job. If I move to San Diego and they said, well, this is going to be your replacement eventually. I know we homies, man, but are you going to show me everything that you know? Why would you?
It's a competition.
Right. Come on now.
You're playing for a job.
Right.
Yeah. I'll help you out to where, like, you can get started and, like, develop your own craft, right?
Right.
But I'm not going to be like, TD, this is my secret. Boom, 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 show you everything. Because then my boss is going to be like, well, we just hired him. Fuck you. You're fired. You're going to the Indianapolis Colts now. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm cheaper. Lamar was
Facts,
cheaper
man.
than Joe Flacco.
Facts.
Father 3, what's up, bruh? He says draft next at the 9th. My keeper is CD, okay? And need an honest and straight opinion. Should he be my keeper player or ETN? Well, I don't know where ETN drafts next at the 9th. My keeper is CD.
I think he's saying, I think he took CD maybe at the 9th spot last year.
Okay.
In my opinion, you keep CD at the 9.
I would go for ETN if he is, depends on where you got him. If you got him outside of the 3rd round, yeah. But if you got him in the 2nd round, no. I would probably keep CD.
I would actually agree with that. Like, you want CD at the end of the 1st round, like he's going early in the 1st this year. So you'll have CD Lamb. But like TD said, if you grab ETN in the 3rd or the 4th, yeah, maybe you keep ETN and draft a bunch of stud wide receivers early.
Facts. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't.
I
wouldn't keep ETN in the 2nd. I don't.
No, I wouldn't keep him in the 2nd. I wouldn't either, because that's his ADP.
Right.
Yeah. Zach says, "What is the breach news, bro? You gotta hold on. I gotta give me a little bit. Let me get a couple draft spots in and stuff. Let me do some more investigation, and then I'll let you know." I remember I told you that last night that I was gonna tell you some news, but you gotta wait. And I'm gonna do a video on that, but I'll let you know before I drop the video. Tank, what's up, Tank? Glad to see you here, bro. Tank says, who is going to be the 1st round bust?
Ooh, good question. Real good question.
Go ahead, Harambe.
You're not going to like what I'm about to say. But I don't know. Maybe you guys could help us out in the chat. Like, in my opinion, this guy's a 1st rounder, but in some of these mocks, he's going in the 2nd now. But if he does go in the 1st, I don't think he's necessarily going to bust, but he's not going to give you that insane sky number that you want. And it could be Puka, man. I think Puka could be that guy. I don't think he's going to bust at all. But I see a scenario where maybe if Cooper Kupp stays healthy all year, I think they're going to chuck the ball all over the place. Whereas last year, Cooper was in and out, and that allowed Puka to like just run wild in the secondary as a rookie because no one had tape on him, game tape, and he didn't play a down in the NFL. And from week 1 and on, this guy was fucking killing it. So I could see that happening again, but that drove his ADP way up all the way into the late 1st, maybe early 2nd. I'm hoping he falls to me in the 2nd round because of his little hamstring owie.
Right.
But I could see a scenario where he still has a good year, like a very good year as a wide receiver, but not return that 1st round value.
I agree with you. I love Puka, but if the injury wouldn't happen, I would have disagreed with you 100%. But if he comes back a week before they start and he's fine, I think he ends up being a league winner, especially in the 3rd and 4th quadrant. I think, bro, at this point in time, he's just so damn good that eventually they're going to target him. Now, I know Kupp was like injured last year, but if you go back to the last play of the game that they actually held Puka and, they was holding his jersey, but they didn't call it. He didn't go to Cooper Kupp. He went to Puka. But I will say the caveat to that is the injury of Cooper Kupp. I think Puka, and Cooper knows it. Cooper like, I got my role. I'm going to be underneath. But Puka is the guy, I believe, if he's healthy.
He's the wide receiver 1. He's the wide receiver 1 of the Rams.
I believe he's the go-to guy.
I read an article. It was interesting. It was stats, so it was Geek Club shit, but it talked about Puka's target share when Cooper was on and off the field, and Puka still maintained the higher target share with Cooper Kupp. So I do.
He was injured though.
But they're not going to change like too much this year, TD. Like they're going to try to win a Super Bowl this year. Like Matthew Stafford wants another ring. They have the team to do it, in my opinion. They could go to the NFC title game and possibly win.
Right.
If the running game's healthy and it's flourishing, Cooper Kupp stays healthy and he's efficient, he's himself, maybe overachieves as he's getting closer to retirement, and then Puka, an ascending player, it's a pick your poison type team like the Lions and what's another good team like that? Like Lions and the Rams, Kansas City. Like there's so many ways these teams can beat you. So I actually see scenarios where Cooper Kupp will be coming off the field, kind of like how Kelsey was last year. That will help Puka, but I can see Puka not giving you that boom ceiling that everyone's expecting in a first round pick. He's going to have a great year.
Right. I disagree, man. If he's not hurt, bro, about now week 1 and 2, everybody be like, oh, Cooper Kupp. I will buy low on Puka like hell.
Absolutely.
I think if he's, as long as he's healthy, I say, oh, he's good. He just had, he got injured. And he week 5 or 6, bro, he gonna be getting, you're gonna be like, damn, they going to him on the big plays. Like I'm telling you, that's just how I see it. I could be totally wrong, but I think Puka is okay. Let me ask you this: you remember when Shaq and Kobe both was in their prime, right? Especially Shaq was the guy. But who did they go to when it was fourth quarter? Everybody knew that. That's why they let Shaq go. Who was they going to once Kobe got there and Kobe started progressing? It was Shaq, especially when Shaq got hurt and Kobe went for 40 points for a month. And then everybody, well, it's still Shaq team. It was no longer Shaq team anymore. And I believe last year, because of Cooper Kupp getting hurt, it's no longer Cooper Kupp's team. Cooper Kupp, but his role underneath is going to be, nobody going to stop that. He's still going to get 8-9 targets every single game and have touchdown upside. But the guy who they going to go to for the big plays, who going to be getting 60-yard touchdowns and going deep and making a lot of big plays, is going to be Puka if he's healthy. So that's just my 2 cents on it. But I love what you're saying about who can bust. I think he could, if he's not healthy, he don't play the first 2 or 3 games at a healthy level, he might not be what you think. But I believe as the season goes on, he's going to boom.
We both love Puka, man. Like we talk about how much of a freak athlete he is.
Right.
Like even in the basketball with Parsons and all that, like the guy was like jumping off the screen and he's not even a basketball player. He's just he's a freak. He's an athlete.
Right.
I want to say something to you guys. If Puka starts slow and Cooper Kupp is balling out of control, trade Cooper Kupp for Puka Nacua. Because the owner of Puka might want to be like, hey, I invested a high pick in this guy. It looks like Cooper's back to being the man. Like you just said, TD, buy low and then sell high on Cooper.
Right. I might not sell on Cooper, but I definitely try to get Puka. Cooper Kupp, but I definitely try to get Puka. I try to get Puka if he starts off slow.
Yeah, but you know damn well in some of these leagues, some of these GMs are going to panic early.
Yeah.
And if they invest a high pick in Puka and then say you draft well and you're like, well, I could trade him this guy and get Puka, go get him.
I agree. Facts. My guy who I think is going to bust in the first round, I got 2 guys.
I had another guy too, but
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. These guys are going to be top 12 wide receivers. But somebody's going to overtake them. It could be a Devontae Smith or somebody. I'm just giving random guys out. I don't think these guys are going to be 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 like we think they are. The reason why, I think teams are going to make somebody else beat them. Especially with Sam. I like Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be fine. But I think Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson could bust as their ADP. And then I also go Jahmyr Gibbs. So I'm fading all those guys in the first round. I'm willing to take them in the second round, but I'm fading them in the first round.
Justin Jefferson is it's a very interesting scenario because you have a hurt tight end, right? Pause. You have Addison, who was carted off the field Who else do they have? They got Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler and
They got Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson. That's it right now.
right. So I'm struggling with because, like, to me, I could see a scenario like you said where Justin Jefferson just completely busts at his ADP, or he's like insanely hyper targeted, like insanely, and turns into a PPR machine. But when you're playing the Vikings, who are you gonna try to shut down?
Justin Jefferson.
Right. So like that creates the bust scenario. Um, he's arguably the best wide receiver in the league. It's a debate.
Right.
But if he's hyper targeted like 15 times a game, to me that's pretty hard to pass on. I got
You're
the
right.
7 pick in a 12 man, and if he's there, like I'd probably feel okay doing it because I'm confident in my drafting skills.
Right.
Because I can like make up the ground with other rounds. But like I could see it going one of two ways. I think this year with Justin Jefferson, it's going to be like massive hit or total bust.
Right.
And I'm
I
worried
respect
about
that.
it. I'm worried about
I
it.
agree. I think Justin Jefferson could be hyper targeted. I still think he's a solid pick, but we talking about you drafting Justin Jefferson to be the number 1 and number 2 overall. Jamar Chase, same thing. If these guys finish out the top 5, I think they could be. To me, they bust. To me, if they finish out the top 5, I don't think they're gonna kill your team. You still gonna be good, but you're gonna need somebody else to step up.
Right. It's like what we were saying with Puka. Like if he's not going to hit that ceiling like you're expecting, like Justin Jefferson, if he doesn't hit
Right.
that ceiling at his ADP, like you might be in trouble.
Right. I would say this. I think Puka, if he's healthy week 1, I think he can outdo Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. That's my opinion. With Cooper Kupp on the team. That's just my 2 cents.
They're going to be slinging the ball, and they have, I believe, like you were saying, the highest passing attempts in the NFL.
When Matthew Stafford is healthy.
So it's weapons for days for the Rams. So like if they're all healthy, they're all going to do well.
Right. All right, let's move on to the next question. Siobhan says, I'm targeting Richardson with either Goff or Stafford or Rodgers as a backup pick off waivers if something happens to Richardson. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. I think he has the most upside of any quarterback, but he's also very volatile. So there's nothing wrong with a prerogative pick and back him up with a Stafford, Goff, or Rodgers.
Yep. I would agree.
Let's see. Let me go to Siobhan said, sorry guys, that was a misspelled word. It's good. It's all good.
It was
Siobhan
funny.
said, did you see what I said about Darnell Mooney, TD? Yes, I did. And Harambe Cousins asking him personally to come and play with him. Yes, listen, he's the number 2 wide receiver. Again, I tell people as a content creator, I can't be on every single sleeper because if that's the case, I'm just making videos for anybody that's like available, right? So definitely Darnell Mooney has a chance. We seen what he could do in Chicago when he was healthy. Cousins, they're gonna be double teaming Drake May and Kyle Pitts, so he's definitely gonna have one-on-one coverage. So yes, Mooney can have some big games in a best ball format. I think he's gonna be really good.
Drake London.
What about Drake London?
You said Drake May.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry, my bad. Drake London.
No, you're good. You're good. It's real-time editing.
Right. What do you think about that, Darnell Mooney?
I like Darnell Mooney when he was on the Bears. Like, I don't think they used him enough. He's explosive. He's fast. He had some boom touchdown games, some decent weeks. Like, if he's targeted enough, like, I think he could be he's a great best ball pick.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to get drafted in my league. I think he's like possibly a waiver guy, but if Kirk is healthy and he's settling in with that offense and that coaching team,
right,
and he invited him to go play on the Falcons, obviously Kirk sees something and like maybe they target him more than the Chicago Bears did, and he becomes a waiver acquisition.
Right.
He's got talent. He's fast as shit.
Right. Mike, I see you, Mike. He says, "How about Brock Purdy?" I I'm not that big on Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy is always going to be a top 12 quarterback because of the weapons that he got, especially if Ayuk stays.
It's the system, man. You're drafting the system. You're not drafting Brock Purdy. You're just drafting the quarterback of the Niners.
Nifty says, I agree on the Puka take. I think Puka's gonna be. I think he's gonna be better. If he's healthy, he's gonna be better than Cooper Kupp. I don't think that Cooper Kupp is gonna outdo him when they both are healthy. I think Puka's gonna be better. But if Puka is hurt, Cooper Kupp through the moon. That's just my 2 cents. I could be wrong, but guys, let's remember this because I remember a lot of my takes. I go back and watch some of my videos. Remember, when they both are healthy, Puka's gonna be the guy, and that's my take on it. A lot of people disagree with that, but we should see.
Puka is a very polarizing player this year because Cooper Kupp is healthy and the community's torn. Like a lot of people want to draft him high. I want to draft him high. I think Puka's a first-round pick at the end of the first round into the second. But then again, a lot of people saw what Cooper Kupp did with his Triple Crown season. His ceiling is enormous, but he's 31, 32?
31.
And he just came off some bad injuries. He closed the season out okay. Like he was serviceable as a flex. And, he says he's fully healthy and he's all the way back. But that could flare up again week 1.
Right.
It could flare up again in the preseason if he plays. I don't think they play him.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Cooper Kupp is elite, but when they was hyper targeting him, they wasn't winning. Puka Nacua is a winning formula for them to spread it out. Just hyper targeting Cooper Kupp, they're not doing it. They're not a sorry team. So they're not going to just hyper target Cooper Kupp. Now, listen, I do believe Cooper Kupp can finish with more touchdowns because he's veteran, does get him priority as we're going to target you in the red zone because we love and we appreciate what you've done for us. But Puka, the big plays, that's what Puka's going to be doing. So, like I said, I just want to take my stance now. Hopefully, when things work out and I'm right, hopefully I can come and get a bunch of subscribers and people say, damn, Diddy, you was on this, and a lot of other people wasn't. Because I'm cutting edge. That's what my channel is. A lot of times when I make these contents and I be hyped and I be on one, because y'all sit around and dismiss my takes. You agree with me for 6 months. You disagree with me for 6 months. And then when it hits, yeah, TD, we know that. We know that. So I'm talking about Tyreek. TD, we know Tyreek. What about somebody else? Damn, I can't get that Tyreek take when y'all disagree with me for 2 years that Tyreek was the best wide receiver in the league. Now, Amon-Ra, I can't get no credit for Amon-Ra. Y'all want to, TD, Amon-Ra. TD, you just love Amon-Ra. TD, you just love Amon-Ra. Yeah, TD, we know Amon-Ra's good. Yeah, we taking Amon-Ra with the 1.5. Yeah, we good. We don't need it. What about somebody else? Hold me account. Look, Daniel Jones, I was wrong. I will always say that. I said Daniel Jones going to win MVP. I'm going down with that ship. I admit that. But what about all the other picks that I was on that I told y'all to play these guys and they will hit and you move on? The reason why I even say this, guys, because it doesn't matter. We all have our takes. But that's how my channel is going to grow. I'm not going to give you the Geeky Squad, the Geek Squad algorithms and stuff for my channel to grow. I'm going to give you the takes and stand on them. That's why I always say I'm 70%. So I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I just want to let y'all know kind of what my channel stands for.
Yeah, man, I got to give you props for that. Like you take the L, right? You admit when you're wrong. A lot of people can't do that.
Right.
And that's a respectable trait.
Right. I never sit here and act like I'm 100%. I'm not 100% right, but for the play, that's why I start now, bro. I start making videos where these are my players. I made a top 24 list. So I said, listen, these are my players. And let's see if I'm going to be 70% right. And I'm going to go back and check that video after the season. Because a lot of times, bro, I used to make content on players just to make content. And I didn't believe in them. And then when I would say I'm 70%, somebody would say, well, you made a video about Tim Patrick and that didn't hit. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck about no Tim Patrick. I just made content because he was in the algorithm. So I was like, you know what? I'm not making no content on no player that I'm not on. And I'm going to give y'all who the guys that I'm on to let you know that I'm 70%. So Njoku, that's one of my guys. Njoku, Malik Nabers, A-Chain, Saquon Barkley. Those are my guys. If they don't hit, then you come back and let me know. Say, TD, man, you was off on that, and that's fine. That doesn't make my channel bad. It just keeps us on the same page. And I want y'all to hold me accountable for that. I want y'all to hold me accountable for that.
Yeah, like one of the players I really like, who I think hasn't peaked or we've seen a ceiling yet, is Zay Flowers. Like I am so on Zay Flowers, like you are with Tyreek, St. Brown, Njoku. Like he is a special player.
Yes. I like Zay too. Me and you both on Zay. We like Lamar and Zay, bro. We high on Lamar and Zay.
Lamar's my favorite player in the league, dude.
Right.
And I'm a Bengals fan.
I would say Amon-Ra and Tyreek, my favorite players. I like Lamar too, but to me, my favorite player in the whole league, like Lamar, would be Tyreek.
Lamar's just a really easy guy to root for if you know about his life and his upbringing. Like it's very easy to root for that guy. He's a good dude.
Right. B, I see you. She says, "It really?" I don't know what she means. Do you know what she means?
Go up 2 comments and read that.
Oh, okay. I need 2 handsome men to tell me Trump or Kamala. Please keep. Okay, bro. Let me pat myself on the back, bro. I'm glad I'm handsome. To tell me Trump or Kamala. I don't.
Fantasy after dark.
That's a setup. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to give my opinion on that. I've been doing YouTube enough, and I'm intelligent enough. I'm not taking a side on that. Not on my YouTube channel. But you can do it, Harambe.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm voting for the felon.
Okay.
And I have my reasons, and we could talk about it later. Whatever. I live in California, where Kamala has done her work, and she is it's bad.
Right.
She is bad. Don't believe the media, you guys. Do your own research, even if you want one or the other. Do research on both and make your decision that way. It's the same thing with fantasy T. Like, oh, the media told me I got to take CMC first. Fuck that. Go do your research.
Right.
That's
I'm not telling you to do your research. Go get your prerogative player and go down with the ship.
Facts, man. That does seem like a trap. That seems like a trap question, huh?
Right.
Call you handsome, and then once set you up.
Nah. Rock out. What's up, bro? He said, stand on business, never scared of receipts. Right, bro. And you rock out. You've been watching me for a long time. I'm so hyped. Because listen, and I will say this, not a Harambe per se. And Will Hayes is Will Hayes and a couple of these guys, y'all are my homeboys. So don't ever take it personal. Because I understand. But early in the season when I was saying David Njoku, what was everybody telling me, Harambe?
Well, why you on Njoku?
It's I got a crush on him, right?
You got a crush on David Njoku.
But have you seen in those comments now, TD? Man, I think Njoku, I don't know if he's gonna be that. They not targeting him in practice. Have you heard any thing like that? Ain't nobody saying that. Why? Because they just drafting his ass, ain't they? Come on now.
They're going off of what happened at the end of last year. Like, oh my God, Njoku's explosive. No shit. I knew that since he was at Miami college. That dude is a freak. We talked about this weeks ago. That dude is a freak of nature. Give him the ball, let him cook.
Right. And then this is the thing that it was debate. They noted David Njoku was solid, but they kept saying Deshaun Watson ain't going to target him. What you been hearing from the practice? What is they saying about Deshaun Watson and David Njoku?
They got a nice little connection going on. A nice little bond. A nice little passing, catching bond. Pause. Maybe Deshaun's like, oh, I've got this fucking behemoth to throw the ball to. So I'm going to just throw him the ball and let him do what he needs to do.
Is that geeky enough to be in the geek club?
You better put on your glasses, TD.
I ain't got them. I didn't want to do no geek club shit today.
No geek. Oh, the geek squad has gone home for the day.
Yes.
Best Buy is closed.
Yes, that's my point. Like, what did I kept saying? I said, bro, there's no way that Deshaun Watson gonna say, okay, I don't target tight ends and I'm not. Bro, it don't matter what you done in the past. If this dude breaks out, you got to target him. You got to target them. So again, I don't want to pat myself on the back. Just giving context of what my channel is about. What makes it cutting edge. I see you, Austin. I see you guys. Everybody knew. I see you in the chat. I will get to your questions. Appreciate everybody being here.
What's up, Austin?
Siobhan says, if Puka falls to me, I take him at position 3. I don't see it happening, mate, of a chance with Cup. What do you say to that?
What do you mean fall to the 3, like the 3rd round?
I think she mean like wide receiver 3. I think it got to be that, right?
I'm not entirely sure. Can you explain it in the chat, Siobhan?
All right, moving on. We're going to go to Nifty. Nifty says, if Burrow stay healthy, Chase will be a top 5. How do you feel about that?
I agree 100%. I know you don't put too much into this, but like money talks. These guys want to get paid.
Yes, that does matter.
Contract year. Joe Burrow is healthy and practicing. He's cleared. He's good to go. They built up their O-line. Their O-line is legit now.
Right.
An underrated O-line, in my opinion.
Right.
So if Joe Burrow stays healthy and T. Higgins is trying to get paid too. So like, yeah, if Chase stays healthy and Burrow stays healthy, I could see Chase being a top 5.
Right.
No problem. No problem.
Right.
I think he could challenge for wide receiver 1 or 2. I'm not going to lie, but he's got to stay healthy. And we only saw that 1 year.
Right. O.M. Nagurther, what's up, bro? Glad to see you here. He says, is Mahomes and Worthy stat good for fantasy? Yes, it's fine. It's solid.
It looks like they're going to manufacture a lot of touches for Professor Xavier.
Ooh.
They gave him a handoff. They were targeting him often. I think they want to get him some looks and touches in preseason. He did fumble it. He's a rookie. Like, he's got to work on his ball security. I talk about Worthy with my league. A lot of guys are high on him. He's small. He can get pushed around a little bit. Pause. But that's not his game. Right. So he's with the right quarterback and the right coach to be schemed in the right way. And I would have no problem stacking Mahomes and Worthy. Pause.
Right. Tyler says Mooney is a joke. I would say, listen, anybody can do anything, bro. At any point in time. Fantasy, that's why I say fantasy is like I don't turn nothing down but my collar. Any player, I would take any player that's playing at any point in time if the ADP is right. And I would trade any player if the ADP is right. So like I said, I traded Breece. Why? Because Breece is not gonna go for 500 points every single time and win me the week. Like, he's not like that. Like, he's good. Don't get it twisted. I would draft him and I would keep him for the right system. But if my team, if I need to trade him, I'm willing to do it. If I need to pick up Mooney and Mooney gonna win me 2 weeks, I'll do it. Sometimes the guys are a 2-week player and can win you a championship. Zamir White had 2 elite weeks and he helped win me a championship. That's just how it is in fantasy.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Okay, let's go back up to the top and get some of these members takes at the top. Okay. I mean, not members, but the other guys. Okay.
Slick Rick want to read. So if you go to Nifty's comment where he talks about Burrow staying healthy and just go down from there. So Slick Rick had some comments.
Okay, hold on. I'm a Ravens fan from both of them. Okay, yeah, we did that. You probably at the right spot. Hopefully, yep. Father 3, we did that. And then we did Tank. Okay, wait a minute. We didn't do Tank. Who's going to? Oh yeah, we did. Who's going to be a first round bust? We did do that. I'm sorry. Ravens show, right? I think that's where we at. Lamar Connor, Montgomery, AJ. Will he listen to his team?
Yeah, we didn't rate his team yet. If you want to rate that team.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because we already got 2 other members. Ravens show says Lamar Connor, Montgomery, AJ Brown, Puka, Andrews. Is that a 10-man league? Puka, Andrews, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Moody, Stillers, Gus, Chase. I guess that's Chase. Yeah, Chase Brown, Myers, Dowdle, Roshan, Shakir. Lamar, Connor, Montgomery. So Connor and Montgomery, AJ Brown, Puka, Andrews, the stack, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson. So you got those two. I would say looks like this is a B plus. I would say B plus. Maybe I'm being too kind. What do you say?
I like the Ravens stack. I like the receivers. I like the running backs too, man. It's not like the sexiest picks for running backs, but those are guys who can win you a league for sure. Problem with Connor is like, can you make it all the way through?
No, well, you don't need him. You just don't need him to be out for the season. If he only missed 3 games, he's still been a top 5 running back the last 2 years, and he's missed games.
Yeah, and then he's got Chase Brown as a RB3.
Yep.
I like Shakir this year.
Shakir, Slayton, Bo Nix.
I'm gonna give QJ one more season to try it with a better coaching scheme. He's not the wide receiver one. He's not gonna be on the field a lot, but like scheme up some plays, see if he could get it done, like get his confidence back, and then we could go from there. But like, he's a bust as of now. He's a bust.
Right.
Rico Dowdle, so that's one of your sleeper guys. So like, yeah, and then he's got Rashawn Johnson, who's a deep sleeper running back.
Right.
With PPR upside.
Right.
It's a good team, man. I think B plus is that to me is a playoff team.
Right. Tank says Daniel Jones is a bottom 5 starting quarterback.
He is.
You can say that and it can change. That's why I just want to remind y'all. I don't sit there and just put somebody somewhere because shit can change at any point in time. Rock out. Super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Showing support. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
He says my worst team quarterback, Love, JD5, RB, Kyron Williams, A-Chain, Jacobs, Ford, Warren, wide receiver. Stop it. That is not your worst team, bro. That's some you capping. That team is fire. That team is fire. What do you think about that team, Harambe?
I like that team a lot.
I say that's an A-.
His running back room is stacked. He's got Hill, DK, Kincaid. What, dude? That's an A. That's not an A-. That's an A.
You right.
That's an A team. Yeah,
that's a great team. Rock out.
And it was auto drafted. My app auto accidentally. It looks like it was an auto draft. Yeah, do that. I'd love to have that team.
Yes.
Dang.
I don't think that. Just to say Daniel Jones is a bottom 5, I'm not gonna say that. I think you got to take it on a case by case basis. Raven Show says, by the way, TD, it's me, Side Eye Muffet. Oh, okay, Side Eye Muffet. That's my homie. He said I might change my name back for the season. No, you good, bro. I know who you is. Sign up as a member, bro. Get in some of these listener leagues. He said I definitely have to resub, but I can't lie. Bills is tight right now. I'm penny pitching at the moment. You good, bro? That's all good. That's why I don't sit around. I talk that shit to say because that's how you do it on YouTube. You have to say, hey, comment number, all that. I don't give a damn about that, guys. I love doing what I'm doing. Yeah, I just want y'all to support me and watch the whole videos in the live.
Yeah, Raven Show, you're here now, man. That's all that matters.
Right. Broad Street Bully says, definitely don't agree with the Daniel Jones been ruining the Giants' wide receiver value since he's been in the league. I disagree with that. Daniel Jones was balled out as a rookie. Remember he had that 300-yard game and 100 yards rushing in the same game as a rookie?
That's top 5 shit.
That's top. Come on.
I think people just think like if a player is good or bad in real life,
right,
they're not good at fantasy. That's not the case.
Right.
And we were saying it earlier, Broad Street, like I'm not drafting Daniel Jones. I don't think TD's going to draft Daniel Jones to be his starting quarterback, but like in a super deep format or a best ball, he might win you a week or two, like with a boom game.
He might win you a fucking $100,000.
Yeah.
Because for week 17, he might go out and ball out.
What a lot of people don't know too, and I shouldn't be saying this because like we play against you guys in DraftKings and stuff. The way you win money is you have a super low drafted players, 1% drafted. They put up 30 40 punt. You're winning money. You're gonna win. In that playoff game against the Vikings, I won $500 because of Daniel Jones.
Right.
No one drafted him. Oh, he sucks. I'm not drafting him. Give me the cheapest quarterback that no one's gonna draft because he runs. So maybe he runs one in. He ran for 100 fucking yards.
Facts.
And I stacked him and Saquon in that game.
Right.
Saquon went off in that game. I won a shitload of money. It was great. Not a shitload, but like decent amount of money off $3. 500
Right.
off $3 is gas.
It's big. It's big time.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
like
good.
Daniel Jones isn't a great real life quarterback, but maybe he could be better with Nabers and better talent around him.
Right. But this is what I would say to you, Harambe. You say he ain't a good life quarterback, but that's what you would say about Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco 2 or 3 years ago. So we don't, where you never know, man. These are NFL quarterbacks. If they get in the right, like Sam Darnold might have the best year of his career.
He could.
Well, so what we gonna say? I didn't say he sucked. I support him because he was drafted by the Jets. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. I stand on what I say about players. That's why I don't never say nobody suck. How you notice that Harambe, I rarely say a person suck. I rarely say that shit, bro.
You're right. Like, and when I say a real life quarterback, I mean like he's not an elite quarterback. Like a guy.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Again, Harambe, we don't know what he can do. Like, let me ask you this. Did you ever think Matthew Stafford would ever win a Super Bowl? If we knew he could pass, we knew the motherfucker had a strong arm and he was good. But did you ever think that he was going to win a Super Bowl?
Not on the Detroit Lions.
Right.
No.
Right.
He was a fantasy. But he was a good quarterback in the NFL.
That's true.
And I think a lot of people just watch Daniel Jones. They'll watch a game and be like, this dude fucking sucks. He's in the NFL, you guys.
Right.
This is cream of the crop talent.
Right.
And I don't think he's been playing quarterback that long before he was in the NFL, right?
Right. No.
So I just think like people can't separate that. Like they can't separate the actual production from the fantasy production.
Facts.
And you guys gotta like
be no Daniel Jones apologist because I get how he's playing. I'm not trying to apologize for him, but I just want y'all to have context because I want to. This is what I teach y'all. I teach y'all how to be experts. I hold y'all accountable like you're an expert. I know sometimes you just want to be a fan and say he sucked and he sucked and he sucked and he sucked, and then I be like, well, didn't you say you suck? But TD, that was week 2. He don't suck now, and I'm like, no, that's what you said. That's what you said. I teach you how to be a coach. You don't like how you gonna say a girl is ugly, but then you date her 2 years from now. Like I'm gonna be like, bruh, you said she was ugly. Well, bruh, that's different, man. She lost a little weight and she hit the gym. Well, that's your fault that you can see the potential in her.
She's got that box. If you know what I'm
saying. Right. You don't know what somebody brings to the table.
Facts.
Jared Goff, we thought Jared Goff was going to be out the league in about 2 or 3 years when he went to Detroit. We all did. I didn't. I was like, you know what, Jared Goff, if he get with the right team and they run the ball and they command the line of scrimmage, you can play. I say that about any quarterback. I don't care who you is. If you can play in the NFL, if you can play behind a good team, a good coach where they command the line of scrimmage, you good. If you put Tua right now on a certain team like the Jets, Tua would be terrible. But you put him on with the Miami Dolphins with Tyreek and Jalen Waller, he's MVP. That's how that shit works.
I started him his rookie year.
Right.
He had rushing upside his rookie year.
Yeah, he did.
I've always liked Tua as well. And I think like again, people just look at the past. It's the Dolphins. They suck.
Right.
That's a top offense in the league now.
Okay. So Uncle Ted says Jawad Jordan is this year's A-Chain. I don't know a lot about Jawad Jordan, but you got to be special to be A-Chain. You got to be like 4'2".
He's on the Texans, right? That's a rookie running back.
He might be. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know.
I think that's I think that's a rookie running back on the Texans.
Okay. Fletcher Cox in the building, a retired Philadelphia Eagles D tackle. He said, should I trade ETN and Jake Ferguson for Pickens and Devontae Smith? I would stay with Pickens and Devontae Smith. I love the ETN, but Jake Ferguson as a tight end is not going to outperform any of those wide receivers as the wide receiver. So I think total points between Pickens and Devontae Smith is going to be more than ETN and Ferguson. But ETN is the best player in the deal.
Yeah. That's like one of the elite weapons on his team. Devonta Smith, I like a lot, but that team's pretty stacked up. So I don't think he's going to get like the lion's share of the targets or the plays, because I just see them being efficient.
Right.
Whereas ETN is a big part of that offense.
Uncle Ted says Colts are super underrated defense. The Colts are a super underrated defense. Yes, they was underrated last year. They were
top 5 defense.
Yeah. Broad Street Bullies. Appreciate you being here, Uncle Ted. Broad Street Bullies says Daniel Jones just sucks. I have no faith in him that he could be a good thing for Nabers. I believe Nabers will be solid this season, but not great. How do you feel about that? I think we've explained a lot about. We done talking about Daniel Jones.
I think it's a fair take.
Yes.
Like, based on what we've seen, Broad Street, like, he hasn't consistently put it all together. So I could definitely understand why you think that. I think you give them another year or two to see if they could get it going with the talent they surrounded them. Their defense is good enough to stop teams. Their defense is good, but their offense is going to have to put up points. And I think they have, like I was saying earlier, and then I'll stop saying it, but like, they surrounded them with enough players to be efficient and competitive and get those turnovers, get this trash play out of the way in the preseason. Once the season starts, it's different. You got all the starters in. It's different. You could go 3-0 or 4-0 in the preseason and win 2 games in the regular season.
Yeah, we have seen that before plenty of times.
Yeah. But I get why he's saying that. Like, I get it.
Mike, okay, we did that one already. Mike, appreciate you being. He said, "How about Brock Purdy?" We did that already. We said I said Brock Purdy is a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah, he was top 5 last year. I think 5 or 6.
Right. Broad Street Bullies also says Puka is a trap. Cooper Kupp is the value. I disagree with that. I believe that Cooper Kupp is the trap. I think just to say that Cooper Kupp is going to be the go-to guy, I think Puka Nacua, when everybody is healthy, is going to be the go-to guy that they go to on third down in a playoff game. So I'm just telling you who I think is the number 1 wide receiver on that team.
The only trap I see is him not hitting his ceiling. Like, he's going to be efficient. He's going to be good.
Right.
But I would agree Kupp is the better value. It's true. His ADP
right now. Yes. Slick Rick says, I had Puka last year, but I'm not paying that price for him this year. I'd rather take my chances with Kupp. I respect
that.
It's fair. That's fair.
Yep. We already did that one.
Yep, we did.
The bot. B for bot.
Slick Rick says, it's enough balls to go around for everybody on the Rams. Pause. But, yes, I agree with that. Because the way Matthew Stafford throws the ball in Sean McVay.
Yep.
Raven says, I'm building a house on Puka's Island. I agree with that.
Puka's a stud, man.
Yes. Slick Rick says, if Chase wasn't a top 10 wide receiver last year, right?
Burrow was hurt. For Chase to reach that plateau, he needs Burrow.
Yeah.
Because they have that connection from college. We saw it his rookie year.
Right.
We haven't seen it really since, like, for a whole season.
OM says, is the Mahomes and Worthy stack good? Okay, we did that one already. Yep. Jefferson is like Nuke Hopkins, quarterback proof.
I'd agree with that, actually, man.
I would too.
I do feel I'm worried about like I said, I'm worried about drafting Jetta, but like at the 7, he's going to be hyper targeted. He's the wide receiver 1. They paid him. The offense flows through Justin Jefferson.
Facts. Slick Rick says Mooney just may be the best wide receiver in Atlanta. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna disagree with that totally.
Yeah, that's Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Slick Rick says I'm not spending a first or second round pick on a wide receiver that would never finish in the top 3, or I don't think can finish in the top 3. I think Puka could finish in the top 3 if he's healthy from the beginning of the season.
Hey man, if it's a big if, but like we have receipts in the past, like Cooper Kupp has problems staying healthy, and when he's not healthy, Stafford's going to zero in on Puka, and that's a lot of stats. So
right.
I would actually probably man, it's hard to say because this shit changes every year. There's always surprises every year. He's got the talent to do it. I don't think he will be a top 3. I could see him being a top 5.
Right.
I could see him beating out like Chase or something.
Right. Southside says, go Dolphins. I love the Dolphins. That whole team got a lot of elite fantasy football weapons.
I'm excited to watch them.
What happened says, I'm in a keeper league. Should I keep Laporta or not have a keeper at all? I would keep Laporta. He might agree with that. I'm not keeping Laporta.
What round?
Yeah, they didn't say. I'd rather go after David Njoku or somebody else. Maybe Trey McBride is going after Laporta.
If he got him in, because Laporta was a rookie last year. And
so if you got him in round 10, you're right. Round 11, 12.
Yeah.
That's great value. I agree with that.
I'd keep him like from round 5 and on. But that's
round
me.
5?
Yep. Ooh. You know how I feel about Sammy the Bull.
I do. Austin, appreciate you being here. Austin says Rashid Rice or Keon Coleman for Dynasty.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
I think Rashid Rice is on a better offense, and I think he's going to get more points. But Keon Coleman is a better player. Rashid Rice, with his suspension coming next year, you can make that be a difference. But I think Rashid Rice at the end of their careers, if he stays healthy, I think I have more points than Keon because Rashid Rice is on the elite offense with a healthy Pat Mahomes.
Rashid Rice finished the year last year on a tear. He was a league winner.
Right.
And he's probably going to be a league winner for people this year because a lot of GMs who don't do their homework and don't like read the side stories and whatnot, some of these people don't know that he's probably not going to get suspended this year.
Right.
So if he falls in drafts, I'm cool with taking him in round 4.
Right.
So if he falls there and I'm drafting and he's there round 4, I'm probably going to take him. Right. Rashid Rice is a great player. He's in a good offense, like you said, and he's playing with the best quarterback in the game.
Durf Boy says, yeah, there are content creators who won't take the L when they're wrong. That's why I like your channel, because you actually take accountability. You're right majority of the time, though. I am. I would say to the essence of 70%. And if you don't see the 70%, it's because I talk about players that I don't really give a damn about. That's why now I've learned. I know Harambe be like, Tita, you talk about the same players. You will understand when you start doing content, because people are gonna start saying you do a content on, hey guys, Rodriguez came out and had a good preseason. Oh, Harambe, you told me to draft Rodriguez. You're like, so you keep trying to do content on players that don't matter. You're gonna go down with the ship because they're gonna make you go down with the ship. To do content on players that I believe, and I don't care if I have to flip the title to talk about the same players.
What did I say to you when we were talking off the live? We're speculating, right? We're giving our best guess, and we're presenting it to you guys. If we knew what was gonna happen, we'd be fucking millionaires.
Right.
Fact. Because I'd be like, oh, this guy's gonna do this game. I'm putting 10 grand on it.
Right.
That's not how it works. Like we're speculating, and we use a little data, but we base a lot of stuff on receipts, and schemes, coaches, how long they're on the field for, how much target share they're getting, and stuff like that. So like, It's okay to be wrong, you guys. Like, a lot of people are wrong. It's fantasy football.
Facts.
There's only one GM who's right at the end.
Right. But this is what I would tell you, though, Harambe. Now, I disagree with that. It's 3 GMs if you're giving out 3 prizes, because you can have a great team and still lose. You lost to Amari Cooper.
I didn't. I had Amari Cooper.
Oh, you had Amari Cooper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
no, I had Amari.
But the other guy who didn't, he still had a good team.
He had a better team than I did.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying it's luck, but this is what I ultimately wanted to say. I believe it is a skill to this too. Now, if you 70%, if you bet on all set like 7 out of 10 things and you can hit on that, I do believe you can win money. But there are going to be a couple things that you're not going to be able to hit on. You can't hit on every single thing, but there are gifts. There is a gift, and I can only talk for myself, of being on Amon-Ra and saying draft him in the first round when he was being drafted in the 3rd round. There is a gift of taking Tyreek and saying he's the best wide receiver when he's short and he's only a gadget player because he's fast. There is a skill set for trading Breach and getting Malik, and also getting some more value, because you see that Malik is going to be a pass catching guy, and those are the optimal guys in today's game. There are receipts. I mean, there are those type of takes that do make you elite, that I believe it is a skill set. I don't think this thing is just I'm a gas and you gas and we go to who you like.
What I meant, TD, was like there's only one winner at the end.
Right.
Like,
facts.
who wins the title.
Right.
But yeah, you could win money, and you could have sometimes the best overall team doesn't win. Like you just said. That happens a lot. Right. That's when the quadrants come into play.
Right. But a lot of people, I hear a lot of channels, I'm not going to say any names of the channels, but they be like, nobody knows this. This is just a numbers game. And I disagree.
I disagree too.
Yes, I agree.
Because if they're saying they have the numbers and they hold up a piece of paper or an Excel spreadsheet or some shit, it's like, well, why aren't you a millionaire? If you know all this shit, bet all your money on it. And because you already know.
Right.
It always changes.
Right. Appreciate you, Philly Mike. Bro, come a member. You could come a member with just $1 also, bro, and you get that value and getting your question answered, and you just only for 1 month. So I'm always gonna keep $1 tier. I came to that conclusion. I'm never gonna raise it more than $1. I feel like we all got $1. If we didn't have $1, we couldn't watch YouTube on our phones.
Facts. So, what's up, Philly Mike?
Right. Appreciate you, Philly Mike.
Yes, sir.
Legendary Perspective Podcast. Appreciate you, bro. I gotta check out your stuff. He says, who is the best rookie running back? The best rookie running back to me, let me look. Go ahead, Harambe, while I'm looking. If you got it.
Talking about this year?
This year.
It's a good question. I feel like, God, that's a real good question.
It is.
I'm not high on Trey Benson like everyone else is. I was not impressed with what I saw in the preseason. He looked indecisive. Not to say he's not going to do well, but I want to see a little more. Blake Corum could be a thing. I do think he'll get some run to keep Kyron healthy, because they want to win a Super Bowl now. Man, that's a real good question.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is what I'm gonna do. Keep your thought. You got your thought. Hold your thought, Harambe. Philly Mike just came a member. He said he's 3 minutes on the clock. He came a member, so I want to skip and actually interrupt you. I apologize, to get to his question.
You're good.
Okay. So what is it? Go ahead, Philly. Go ahead, put it in the chat. We waiting. Unless you can find it, Harambe, earlier.
I'm looking right now. It sounds like he needs help with a draft pick. Come on, Philly. Time's ticking, Philly Mike. I don't know, man. I'm watching. I'm watching to see if he posts something.
Also, guys, let me know if my sound mess up. I had to put my phone on a charger. So if it starts messing up, let me know. I'll take it off.
There you go, right there. 12 man. I got pick 4. Josh Allen, Patty, Mahomes, and CJ are all gone. SF 12
So
man.
it's got to be super flex.
Super flex.
Would you say Lamar
Hurts.
Jackson or
Hurts.
Anthony Richardson?
Hurts.
Hurts.
Yep. Jalen Hurts.
I'm gonna go with Lamar.
Oh, wait. He said CD, Lamar, Jalen, or Justin Jefferson. I'm taking Hurts, man. You in a super flex.
I'm going with Lamar.
They're both elite options. You want to have an elite quarterback in a super flex, Philly Mike. So you're an Eagles fan. Maybe take your boy, and when you watch actual games, you reap the benefits.
I agree with you, Travis. I'm saying Lamar. Reason why I'm going with Lamar because I think Lamar is going to have 4,000 yards passing. Jalen Hurts, I think he's going to have. I think he's going to be efficient. I don't think he's going to pass for more yards, but I don't think it's going to make him be a top 5 quarterback.
He took Lamar.
He took Lamar.
It's not the wrong decision, man.
We'll remember this because if Jalen balls out, bro, I will come back and give you your credit for that.
I am super high on Jalen because of the OC.
Right.
I think he's gonna pass a lot.
I do too. Remember, I told you that earlier, and I said that's why I wasn't worried about him taking touchdowns from Saquon because he's going to pass more this year.
Yep.
Yeah. So go ahead, bro. Go back to what you were saying. I apologize for that again.
Rookie running back.
Yeah, what you was talking about earlier before I interrupted you.
No, you're good, man. I don't think anyone's going to agree with me on this, but I think this guy has a future on the team he got drafted to, and it is the Eagles. I think Will Shipley's going to be something, man.
You think they're gonna cut Kenneth Gainwell?
No, but I think he's going to lose his job to Will Shipley. Will Shipley has a skill set. He's got PPR skill set. He could run between the tackles.
Right.
He's got a good work ethic. He's locked in mentally. He's a good dude on and off the field. That's the kind of player I want if I'm drafting players in real life. And he's been buzzing it up in camp, and he scored a touchdown week 1 in preseason. I know it's preseason. To me, it's not a squeeze scenario, but like he's a good dynasty pick. I took him in dynasty. Right. I think he's got a lot of upside because Saquon ain't going to be there too much longer. Like he got a couple seasons, but I do like Will Shipley quite a bit. And in college, he was one of the best running backs in the country.
Right. My rookie running back that I believe is going to be the best, I would say Jalen Wright. I don't know if Raheem Mostert is going to stay healthy, but either way, you got to get Jalen Wright the ball, and I don't think it's going to affect A-Chain. I think this offense is going to be so dynamic. I think this offense is going to probably average 30 points a game, which could break an NFL record. So I'm okay with taking Jalen Wright. I'm going to go with Jalen Wright right
now. That was the other guy I was going to go with. I took him in Dynasty as well. I think Shipley has a better skill set for the passing game.
Facts.
Because A-Chain will be the PPR guy once Mostert leaves, and Jalen Wright will be the between the tackles guy. But Will Shipley can do both.
Facts.
And the OC wanted to draft Will Shipley, so I think he sees something there. Philly Mike, you're good, man. You didn't interrupt. You're good, man. We're here to help.
This is what we do. If you super chat and you pay money, you're going to skip the line. That's why I'm going to interrupt my homeboy. If you pay money, that's the only way I'm going to interrupt him.
Facts.
Guys, I don't want to go ahead and tell you right now, Harambe, man, has been loyal. It's hard to find loyal people in this industry. I've had a lot of guys come up here and basically try to show out on me. Maybe I could have had a stint in that too, but either way, man, guys, go support him. Go follow his channel at Harambe's World. And we're going to be doing all the content together. So I just want to say that.
I appreciate that, TD. And yes, I am loyal, man.
Yeah. Avocado Toast. Appreciate you being here, bro. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. He said, do you think Amon-Ra St. Brown is the safe pick wide receiver? I'm going to let Harambe, I got to use the restroom real quick. I got to go pee. But bro, you tell him first. You tell him what I think. Since he asked, was that the safe pick? You know how I feel about Amon-Ra.
Yeah, go drain the main vein, TD. I'll take it from here. Avocado Toast 07. Do you think Amon-Ra St. Brown is a safe wide receiver pick at pick 6? Yeah, dude. TD would take him, I want to say second overall, only behind Tyreek. I feel the earliest I would take St. Brown is 4th overall. I'm trying to get him at my draft on the 31st of August. I'm trying to get him at the 7th spot. So yeah, 6th pick for Amon-Ra all day, man. He's not a big boom guy like say Tyreek or CD in some games. Tyreek is the biggest boom player in the NFL, but his floor is very safe, and he'll give you some decent weeks, like when he's featured a little more in the passing game. So it's probably the safest pick in the first round you can make is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes. Yes, I love Amon-Ra. Is the safest pick. He's actually my number 2 pick. Tyreek,
Yep.
Amon-Ra are my first 2 picks off the board.
Yep, I told him. I think the earliest I'd take him is 4.
Right.
But
Who you taking at number 2? CMC?
yeah, I would go. To me, Tyreek and CMC are interchangeable first picks. I do like CD Lamb a lot.
Right.
He's going to be hyper targeted, and then that's number 4, and then that's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Right.
I'm just saying it was cool at Cousins.
Okay, Siobhan. Okay, we did that one already. Okay, she said, I'm just saying it was cool that Cousins asked Mooney to come and play. Right.
Tyler, I appreciate that, man. He just subscribed to Harambe's World. I appreciate that, man. I'll be doing more content once the season starts, and I'm gonna make this guy listen to crazy heavy metal and have him react to it. I can't wait for that.
You got the wrong one. If you think you're gonna take me for a loop, I'm open. I'm some open minded. I'm crazy.
I know, man, but like I got some wicked shit to show you. Pause.
Right.
Yeah, man. No,
I know you're open-minded. I didn't watch it in the time, but one of my favorite, like I love what's the old boy, Kurt Cobain?
Nirvana.
I wasn't into music like that, so I didn't start listening to Nirvana until like maybe in 2016, and I found out about what he was about, what the group was about, what was going on with Courtney, all of that stuff. I found out later, man. I'm very open-minded. I can watch Andy Griffin TV, and I can also watch The Wire. So that's my range.
Philly, we'll get back to that. Philly, Mike's on the clock again.
Okay.
You want to take Jared Goff, Dak, or Tua? I would take
Tua. You better take Tua.
Yeah, man, that's big boom. I'd feel safest with Tua. I like Goff. I like Dak as well. Those are all good picks, but you want that boom, man. Go get Tua because he's tied to that insane offense.
Tyreek Hill is there? Go get Tyreek Hill.
Dude, you take Tyreek Hill. You have to take him. CMC gone, Lamb gone. Yeah, you have to take Tyreek, man. That's league-winning shit. If you draft well and you have Tyreek.
Right.
Silence. Thanks for being here, man. Said, damn, Jamar Chase must have really hurt these dudes. Wow, stay knocking them. I'm a Bengals fan, dude. I love Jamar Chase. We're talking fantasy, though.
Right.
Can he be top 5? Yeah. Can he be the wide receiver 1? Yeah.
Yes.
But he's got to stay
healthy. That's how we do it here. We know it's all about prerogative. What I always say is 9 ways to do what, Harambe? What I always say?
What? Go down with the ship.
No, to go down with the ship. And also it's 9 ways to what?
Skin a cat.
There's 9 ways to skin a cat. So, bro, you could take Jamar Chase number 1 overall and it hit. Don't just go off our prerogative. We're going to give you our prerogative because we are content creators. But I want y'all guys to go down with your ship. Pick your players.
Philly Mike took Tyreek.
What'd you say?
He took Tyreek Hill. Good job.
Yes, man. Great job. Raven says Lamar, AJ, and Puka will be my keepers. Lamar, AJ, and Puka. Wow, this is the first year of said keeper league. Okay.
Nice. Nice.
Rock out said
Anyway,
some picks.
To go back to what you were saying about Nirvana, dude, the shit I'm gonna show you blows that shit out of the water. Like that's
Okay.
daycare stuff compared to what I'm gonna show you.
Okay, I
So
gotta be
just
able to listen to the words now. You're gonna have to help me listen to the words.
Oh, I'll give you the lyrics.
Okay.
It might sound like Cookie Monster, but you'll have the lyrics.
Yeah, right. Tresner. What's going on, Tresner? Pick 9. What's up, bro? He says he said that's not cool. It's called collusion, and Cousins and Mooney could be suspended the whole year at worst, or the Falcons could be fined millions. Tyler says I have an IDP question for my list DL spot. Should I start Preston Smith, Latu, or Chop Robinson? I would say Latu.
Where you at?
Rate at Tyler C 137 below Tresner first comment. He says at Siobhan.
I don't see it, but that's okay. Keep going. Oh, okay. I see it.
Okay. Yeah, I would say Latu. Slick Rick says, I don't like the quarterback Watson, but the rest of the team is fire. I guess he's talking about the Cleveland Browns. I love Watson this year. At his ADP, it doesn't matter. If he bum out, who cares? Does it matter at quarterback 18?
It's worth the risk.
It's worth the risk to me. To be top 12, that's all I need. Tresor says, so he did good one. He did good one game. Wow.
He's talking about Daniel Jones.
Okay.
He did good in a few games. Tresor, pick 9.
He was a top 12 quarterback a couple years ago.
Yep. Slick Rick just said it right there in 2022.
Nick Abner, what's up, Nick? Glad to see you here, bro. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. Become a member of the channel and get your questions answered in priority. He says, do you like paying the price for, say, Gibbs, A-Chain, or getting value like Montgomery? I like paying for Gibbs and A-Chain. I like A-Chain. I do. Actually, before Gibbs got hurt, I thought Gibbs and A-Chain was a nice stat.
Absolutely.
I saw it, Zach. I'm gonna talk to you later about it. I saw it, Zach. I'm gonna talk to you later.
Tresor said we're crazy, and he bounced out. He said, y'all crazy, I'm out. When you scroll back up. Okay. Literally no one thought Goff was bad ever. Bullshit.
Nobody thought Goff was bad ever?
A lot of people thought Goff was not a good quarterback.
Right. Why would he get traded off he was a Super Bowl run team and got traded, and Detroit drafted Hendon Hooker in the second round? I disagree. See, that's what I did not tell you about this Harambe, how they forget. Ain't no way in the world. You know, ain't nobody thought Jared Goff. You tell me one time when Jared Goff got traded, they be like, Jared Goff about the ball. Tell me one person that was saying that, Harambe. Wasn't nobody saying Jared Goff was about the ball.
Lions fans were like, what the fuck?
We gonna use him for a bridge.
Like, yeah, he's a placeholder until we suck again and draft another quarterback.
Right. Tresna says, I won't draft Daniel Jones. I'll take my chances. That's fine, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with that about you. You got the wrong channel to think we're gonna tell you you better draft Daniel Jones. I'm not gonna tell you to draft anybody. Because I understand. Go down with your guy, get your guy. But all I would tell you, Tresna, is to come back. If Daniel Jones hit, to come back and give some type of content of why you didn't want to draft him at all. Jones, Slick Rick says Jones finished as the top 12 quarterback in 2022, which was Harambe was talking about that.
Yep.
So Treasure says, so you can suck in the NFL. You know, you cannot suck in the NFL. Like, if you want to be a fan, yes, you can suck in the NFL. But these guys that's in the NFL are all elite quarterbacks. If they go to Andy Reid, they're gonna play really good in that system. Andy Reid. I'm gonna ask you this, Harambe. You're a little bit older than me. Have you ever seen Andy Reid have a bad quarterback? I'm waiting.
Not that I can remember.
It's never been one, bro. Kevin Carr balled out and got to deal with Arizona. It ain't Donovan McNabb, Jeff Garcia, Todd Detmer. None of these guys never had a bad season under Andy Reid, bro. He ain't never had a bad quarterback outside the top 12 or 14 guy as far as real football.
What? Wasn't Alex Smith a top 3 on the Chiefs?
Yes. And got
Alex
his position
Smith.
took by Pat Mahomes.
Alex Smith. Tim Tebow was an NFL quarterback.
Guess what? Go ahead and tell him.
Tebow was a fucking baller, dude. He didn't get his chance. Tim Tebow is a leader. He's talented. Is he the best thrower? No. But he could win. The year he started for the Broncos, he was winning games. Game-winning drives. He won a playoff game.
Against the best defense in the NFL.
Yes, he won a Heisman. There was a game, I think it was against the Vikings, where Tim Tebow was slinging it. Put up
against the Pittsburgh Steelers too. He had 300 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah,
that was the #1 defense in the league this year. Listen, people, right now, guys, I'm going to say something. Hopefully y'all don't unsubscribe or leave, but I'm going to stand on it. I said what I said. Tim Tebow was better than Cam Newton.
Woo! Spicy. A lot of people don't like Cam Newton.
I love Cam Newton. He's a phenom.
I used to draft him every year.
But Tim Tebow was special. Tim Tebow was special. Tim Tebow took a team that was 2-4, get ready to be out the playoff. Cal Orton was the starting quarterback and took them on an 8-2 record, and they made the playoffs and won the playoff game against the best defense in the league at that point in time. They had broke records. They held every defense down to 17 points or less, and Tim Tebow went up and put up like 28 on them or 30, and revived Demaryius Thomas' career. Demaryius Thomas get ready to be out the league. Eddie Royal was balling. Willis McGahee was chopped liver, and they all were ball under Tim Tebow. And Tim Tebow had the best passing rate in fourth quarter, and he had a better quarterback rating than Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. So Tim, you ain't ready for that. You won't. I told y'all. Didn't I always tell you, Harambe? Everybody want that guy who's back there looking like Pat Mahomes. They can't see nothing else past Pat. They only can take the elite guys. They can't get no sleepers. They don't know what good quarterbacks are. I stand on
that. I think Tim Tebow got blackballed from the NFL because of his religion.
Because he loved Jesus.
Yep. Facts. Absolute facts. They blackballed him from the NFL because they can't have that image going out to their corporate sponsors, to their fans who might be offended that this guy is the way he is. He got blackballed from the NFL.
Right.
I believe that.
Tim Tebow took a team that was garbage, that wasn't going to make the playoffs, and went on the 8-2. I don't give a damn who you are. Peyton Manning ain't always went on 8-2 runs. It's only very few quarterbacks that went on an 8-2 run with a 2-4 team and make the playoffs.
Must-see TV.
It was must-see TV. He was special, but see, he was before his time. If they'd have let Tim Tebow carry it like he's supposed to, be a running, run the ball like he's supposed to, like AR. But they wasn't ready for that type of quarterback at that point in time of the NFL career. So it is what it is. But let's move on. Tracy says Desmond Ridder is an NFL quarterback, bro, and he's good. Now, is he good compared to Pat Mahomes and all these other guys? No, but if you put him in Andy Reid's system, he's going to be decent. Zach Wilson is going to be decent. I'm not going to sit here and say these guys suck when I'm not better than these guys. Now, listen, if you want to be a fan and say they suck, I can't tell you not to say that. They do suck according to Pat Mahomes, according to C.J. Stroud, according to Anthony Richardson, yes. But these guys can play. You put them in the right system, they can win a game. Zach Wilson outdo. Who when Zach Wilson won that game last year? Who did he outdo, bro? They beat somebody. Who was that when Zach Wilson went off? You remember that, Harambe?
Yeah, I forget who they played.
It was Pat Mahomes, wasn't it? Am I lying?
Ooh, I think it was.
They beat Kansas City. That tells you, man, it's just like that. I'm just not gonna do that. Bro, are you gonna say a dude suck and you can't beat him up? I'm not saying nobody suck and I can't beat him up. I play football, so I don't say that type of shit, bro.
You never take an opponent lightly, no matter who it is or what the scenario is.
Tresna says 8 men in the box. Right. I don't want 8 men in the box. I don't want it.
Nope. It's a lot of dudes in the box.
Joe, what's up? Jose, I'm sorry, not Joe. Jose, what's up, Jose in the building? Jose says, I picked up Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Is that a good pickup? Yes, it is, bro. That's I don't know how the hell you did that. What league are you playing in? That's a great pickup.
It's a good stack.
Oh, okay. He basically meant he drafted him, not picked him up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tracer says, literally no one thought golf was bad ever. I disagree with that.
I know people who said he sucked.
Right. Raven says, TD and Harambe, would you guys trade Christian Watson for Brian Thomas Jr.? Mind you, I have Jaden Reed. Why not? I'm high on Christian Watson, but why not if you can get Brian Thomas Jr.?
There's a lot of wide receivers on the Packers. You already have one of them.
Yep.
The guy you want on that team is the quarterback, maybe one of the receivers, which, again, you already have. So, yeah, trade Watson and go get Brian Thomas Jr.
Right. Treston says Tua wasn't terrible when he didn't have Hill or Waddle. Bruh, he was about to lose his job. He wasn't terrible, but he was about to lose his job. They was talking about drafting another quarterback that they made the wrong pick. They should have got Justin Herbert. That's why they fired the coach.
And then they got the mad scientist who wants to put up 80 fucking points in an NFL game.
Right. Treasure said, y'all crazy, I'm out. I get it. And watch this. I'm glad Harambe's on the live with this. You see how in Harambe we hit, you would think, oh man, they should be pushing our content. Bro, don't nobody give a damn if you right or wrong in this business. And I said what I said.
Nope, it's true. Again, we're just giving our opinions on what we think's going to happen and why we think this way. Like, everyone's going to have different takes.
Right.
I don't understand why you would say an NFL player sucks.
Right. Me too.
That's wild.
Right. Especially when you have great players that go on great offense. Like Baker Mayfield played for Sean McVay and won a game with only 2 days of practice.
Go to a UFC fighter who hasn't won and tell them they suck.
Right. Right. Daniel Jones, and 2 neighbors, enough said. I don't know what he mean by that, but I'm okay with neighbors. I'm still drafting neighbors.
What's up, Michael? Let's go all the way to the bottom, TD.
Okay. What's going on, Mike?
Philly Mike needs help again with pick 4, round 3. And then if you scroll up, A-Chain, Kyron Williams, Pacheco, or D. Monty. I know who you're taking. So, Philly Mike, you could stack A-Chain with Tyreek Hill. That's nasty. You can open up an aquarium with all those dolphins. I know TD wants an aquarium.
Right.
I personally, I would probably take I'd probably take I'm high on Pacheco, man. I would take Pacheco. But you already have Hill, so like stacking with A-Chain ain't bad. So that's a choice you're gonna have to make. So sometimes me and TD disagree on players. So trust your instinct, Philly Mike, and let us know who you took.
Right. And if you got Tua, I'm taking Tua over Goff, T-Law, and Dak.
Mm-hmm. I'm not taking T-Law over any of those guys.
Nino, what's up, Nino? Nino says thoughts on James Cook this year. I think James Cook is a good value. I'm willing to take him in the 4th round. I think he's a good value. I wouldn't worry about trying to break the team down on what they're going to do. I think he's going to be getting at least 200 touches on this offense.
Yep. I expect his PPR usage to go way up.
What happens says, I have a season-long bet that Derrick Henry will have more rushing touchdowns than CMC. Thoughts? I like that bet. I think, but make sure you're getting plus money. Don't do it straight up because there's too much. CMC is the number 1 running back who's getting all the work. So make sure that person gives you a buffer. Like I wouldn't take it as a 100 plus 100. Like I would definitely say, man, if it's a $50 bet, I need to win 80 or 90 if I win it, because CMC is the consensus number 1 running back with the most rushing touchdowns on a year-to-year basis.
CMC scored 20 touchdowns last year.
Exactly. That's my point.
That's hard to replicate. He might have some touchdown regression, but I expect Henry to score a shitload of touchdowns this year.
Nino says, fill the bet with will just come down to who's injured more.
Yeah. But that you got to say that shit before you make the bet. You got to put those stipulations in there.
Right.
Injuries, stuff like that definitely can screw your bet over.
Slick Rick says Houston Texans defense may be a top 10, but it's going to be a top 5 defense. I love Houston Texans defense. Yes.
Easily.
Tyler says O-line looking a lot better. I think who is he talking about? The Giants?
Yep.
Philly Mike OG says 4th pick in a 12-man super flex. Who would you take? 1, Josh Allen, 2, Patty, 3, CJ Stroud, 4. Have we already answered that question?
I think we did.
Okay. X Spectre, what's up, bro? What's going on? Subscribe to the channel if you're new. He said, any thoughts on Michael Pittman? I love Michael Pittman. I want to stack him with Anthony Richardson. I think he could be a top 12 wide receiver this year.
Hyper targeted. They just paid him. He is Walmart St. Brown.
Nino says, do you like stacking Colin and Connor? I do, because I believe you're going to get the touchdown regardless.
It's a good stack.
Slick Rick says Cup wasn't healthy last year and Puka didn't finish in the top 3. Puka value was he was a late round pick. Right. But I still like Puka. I think I've seen Puka and I think he's an upper echelon athlete. I think he's on a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson level. That's just my 2 cents.
He is that guy. He's not those guys, but he's going to be an elite player in the league for a long time.
Right. Kenny says, so what's up, guys? Niners always look like hot garbage in the preseason. Yeah, nobody cares about preseason like that.
Nope.
Philly says, got offered Mike Evans and Zamir White for Jalen Waddle. Got offered Mike Evans and Zamir White. If you don't got Tyreek Hill, I wouldn't do it. If you got Tyreek Hill, I would keep Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle together. That's how I feel. But if you got Jalen Waddle just as a top wide receiver by himself without another Dolphin like Tyreek Hill, I would take Mike Evans and Zamir White over Jalen Waddle.
Philly Mike made his pick. He took Jonathan Taylor over Pacheco and A-Chain.
I don't think that's a bad pick.
I don't either. And then he said, you guys are going to kill me. No, man, it's your team. We're just here to help and give you a different perspective. Like
facts.
Me and TD disagree on players all the time, but we both respect each other's takes.
Right. Because we know we could be wrong. We know how this is fantasy.
And there's 9 ways to skin a cat.
Come on now.
I'm not skinning a cat, but there's 9 ways to do it.
I skin cats all the time. And there's 9 ways to skin it. I'm here. Kenny 49 says, I'm here to get a different perspective because in the end, I'm going to pick who the fuck I want. Facts.
Yep. I agree,
Facts.
and I support that 100%.
Me too. Slick Rick says any given Sunday.
Yep.
And Kenny says 5'8" short king. I don't know what he mean by that. Pause, maybe.
I don't know. I'm 6 foot. I'm not 5'8".
Right.
Maybe how tall is Kyler? Maybe he's talking about Kyler.
5'9", 5'10". Kenny says if I give you $1, you're gonna think I have more. Right. If you on YouTube, I know you got $1 because your lights would be turned off if you didn't. Travis, what's up, bro?
What up, T?
Man, Travis been supporting me for a long time, man. That's my homie, man. That's my homie, bro. I appreciate loyal subscribers like that. Hurt sounds easy. We did that one. He said Lamar. Okay. Slick Rick says Miami has been good at drafting RBs. I think they've been good at drafting guys that fit their system.
I always thought they were like a sleeper team for RBs. Like I drafted Reggie Bush when he was a Dolphin as my RB2. He killed it. So like, go get that value, man. But Miami's not that shit team anymore. Like everyone's on the Dolphins now.
Right. Kenny says bleach. I guess he mean breach. I guess that's what he's trying to be funny. I guess that's what he meant.
He's talking about when you were talking about Nirvana, they have an album called Bleach.
That's why I got you on here, bro. I have no clue.
It's okay. We'll get there, man. We're skipping Nirvana, man. We're going straight into the death metal. Yep, it's gonna be like when you praise the sun god. That's what the lyrics are gonna sound like.
I thought I was gonna get canceled for that, bro. I said I might get canceled. Somebody might say, "Hey, you trying to be funny?"
That shit is so great. Don't ever stop. That shit is great.
Silence. What's up, bro? He said, "Damn, Jamar Chase must really hurt these dudes." Wow,
already did it. We already did it.
Bro, I ain't never. That's why I know y'all. It's a very few players. I've knocked Jerry Jeudy. I've knocked a few other players, but I really don't knock no player. I know I haven't knocked no Jamar Chase.
I knock one player because he has so much damn talent and he can't put it together.
Okay, there's Tony.
Kafradius Jabroni.
Right.
Mr. Hanky.
I've knocked him too. I've called him Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, dude. That guy pisses me off.
So he did take T. Hill, Philly Mike. Yep. He said he took Hill over Breece Hall, and Lamar and Chase.
Yep. So he has Tyreek and JT.
Right.
That's nice. What up, Silver? Silver Rapture is in the building.
Yes, sir. What's up, bro?
Michael, don't get me now, Mike, if I don't say this right. Michael Wasilewski. Hopefully I didn't butcher that, bro. Sounds Polish. Got a lot of respect for the Polish folk. What y'all think? Pick 8 in a 12-man super flex with 4 keepers. I'm torn between Bijan or Chase. What y'all thinking? I'm keeping Bijan.
I'm going with Bijan too.
I'm keeping Bijan. I want to see what Bijan can do with the different offensive approach.
Right. Especially coming from the Rams.
Yep. Right. Trone Force. $200 salary cap draft coming up. You told me to target Tyreek, Amon-Ra, Bijan. I remember you talking about this to break the bank for these 3 players. I think it may be hard to get all 3. Any other players you target and build around if I can't get those 3? That's a great question.
I think you can get all 3. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Don't worry about what it costs to get all 3. Once you get those 3 guys, just save the rest of your money and wait till they get down to they spending like $3, $4, $5 and get those guys. Because if you only starting what, let's say 8, 9 players, and you got B. John, Tyreek, and Amon-Ra, bro, they not gonna be able to stop you. So if you get, because you can get what, Deshaun Watson for $2, $1, maybe for free. You can get
Bro, wait,
Tuba.
get Caleb for like $3.
Right. You can be, so you're gonna be fine, man. So to me, go get the studs. Go get Amon-Ra, Tyreek, and B. John. But I'm gonna give you one more other guy that you could target that I would be okay with.
Target Puka.
That's what I was about to say.
A lot of the
GMs
GMs aren't gonna want to pay for him.
Yep, you can get him for $29, $28, probably, maybe cheaper.
Target Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers is not, or ETN. I would say you can go to ETN instead of B. John. I'm okay with going with ETN. I like ETN this year.
Yeah, man. My stepdad's all over ETN this year, Pause. He's like, I want that guy on my squad no matter what. I'm like, okay, Pops. Kenny 49ers said Nirvana, correct, Harambe. Yeah, man, I know my music, dude. Like, I'd kill it at trivia. Like, if I'm ever in your neck of the woods, any of y'all, and you want to go win a trivia at a bar, hit me up. We'll go win that shit. And then Michael said, haha, it is Polish. Mike, like and subscribe, man. We do this every Saturday, and TD does videos during the week. Every Saturday we're here.
Yes, sir.
And then he asked, is Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. a reach in the second round for 4-keeper Superflex? My plan is Bijan, MGJ. I think he means MHJ, and London or A-Chain.
I think he's a reach in the second round. I'd rather wait and get Malik Nabers.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, TD. I think Nabers' ADP is going to go way up in the next couple weeks. Like maybe a round or 2 past MHJ.
Right.
Not far behind.
Right.
It's an interesting question because what I think is going to happen with MHJ next year is he'll be a first-round pick.
Right.
So you could have potentially a first-round pick kept in the second, but it is kind of reachy. So I don't know. That's going to be your call, Mike. Either way, I'd probably do it, man. Like, I'm ballsy like that, though, and I have confidence in my draft. So I think some people wouldn't do it, but if he hits, you get to keep him in the second round, and he's a first-round pick next year.
Right. I still like Malik over MHJ. It's just me.
I'm not going to fault you for that at all, man. Like, there's more weapons on the Cardinals than there are on the Giants.
Right. Facts. Envious, what's up? He said, all I gotta say is please play CD. Bro, we're not gonna play CD that unless he goes out in the first 2 or 3 games and goes for like what he was doing in the last 8 weeks. If he could go for 150 yards per game, he'll get Justin Jefferson money.
Jerry Jones is playing the heel, the WWF heel right now. He's like, I'm not paying you shit. Go out and play, and then I'll pay you. So, like, I do think CD will be out there week 1, and I think CD's going to ball the fuck out this year. And he's going to get paid. Maybe not as much as he's asking, but he's going to get paid. And if they're smart, they build around him. But then again, they got to pay Dak. They got to pay Parsons.
Right. Tyler says, scratch that Cam had 3 great seasons, but too many interceptions.
Cam was very unique because he had serious point output in a lot of games. Like his MVP season, he was ridiculous. And he went super late because he didn't have any weapons around him and people were scared to draft him. Easily the number 1 player in all of fantasy football. He won MVP and then they went to the Super Bowl. But he didn't fall on that fumble like he was supposed to. He got a little soft. Kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I understand why he did that. I kind of understand. You don't want Peyton Manning like diving on the ball and getting hurt. So Cam Newton looked at himself that way. I just think he didn't have the horses to win that game. That's all.
I agree. not against that defense. And I agree with you, man. He wasn't trying to like get killed to go fall on the football, but I could see both sides of this topic. Like I could see your side and my side, and I don't
Right.
think either one is wrong.
Right. What I would say is if he fall on the ball and his shoulder and he's out for the next year, what are you going to say about that? That he's injury prone?
Exactly. He got to worry about I mean, you see it all the time. Like a lot of these players have concussion problems or they can't move their legs and like their fingers are all jacked up like this. Like
Right.
they have to take care of their bodies too. And that's why you're getting like all these guys retiring early. They're like, I'm not going to become a fucking vegetable.
No.
So I totally get what you're saying. Like, I wish you would have like tried a little harder or made it visually, you know, more apparent he was trying to fall on the ball, but
Right.
I don't know. I get both sides of that, man.
Michael says fair enough, just balancing the keeper aspect with win now. Right. Understand that.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for coming here, man.
Envious says pay Parsons over Dak. Dude flops in the post. Right. You got to pay Parsons over Dak. I've been saying I'm a Cowboys fan.
Michael disagrees.
Yeah, he does. He's the Dak is way, way underrated. Yeah, but you can't. Why did they let Kirk Cousins go? Not even be like, I don't know. You just can't pay Dak. I think we can get another quarterback and draft a guy like Shadur Sanders, and we can still win a championship.
I think, and Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. Like maybe saying Dak, you know, could be the guy to take him to the promised land, but like you could win with defense and you know, decent enough position players. Like Dak's been there a while. He hasn't taken them to the Super Bowl yet. Have they gone to the NFC title game? I don't think they have. So, like, maybe that's why he doesn't get paid. I do agree with Michael, though. I do think he's underrated in fantasy as well as NFL action. So, Dak's top 7. Yeah, he was quarterback 2 last year. For fantasy.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fair point, man. Lamar hasn't yet. Lamar went to the AFC title game at least.
Right. And won and got 2 MVPs.
Yeah, Lamar's another super polarizing player. I'm a Bengals fan. He's my favorite player in the league. I think his character is great. I think his talent is great. Sometimes people would say he's not like a true leader, but like you can't really say that because you're not there. You're not there with them. He has relationships with all of his teammates and like they look up to him as a leader. Sometimes he gets the bubble guts and misses practice a lot, but like I don't care. Like he knows what he's doing. And then you add Derrick Henry there, so like maybe they have the missing ingredient to beat the Chiefs. Because like no one can, for some reason, people can't get past the Chiefs for some reason.
Right.
But that's a fair point. That's a fair point, Michael.
So I'm going through we got to all the questions. Before we get out of here, we don't want the lie to go too long. Anything you want to say, Harambe?
Appreciate you as always, TD. We're in the middle of the 56 round draft. So hopefully we can make some hay in that draft. Like we got to speed it up a little, in my opinion. I think it's gonna.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna be okay because worst case scenario, bro, we always can go to 1 hour pick if we like at 38 and 2 more games. I mean 2 more days. The game's gonna start. We can always go to an hour pick, so we're gonna be fine. I've done almost maybe 100 of these drafts.
We have till basically like September 5th, which is a day or two before the Thursday game. So yeah, no, and once we get to the later rounds, like people are just gonna like draft people, so it should go pretty quick at the end there.
Right.
But no, man,
I'm gonna narrow the clock down to an hour when we get like out of those. You know what I'm saying? When we get down to where we're just taking guys, I'm not gonna sit here and give no 4 hour clock then.
Yeah, man. I just appreciate you having me on as always. I appreciate the privilege to play in the leagues with you and all the other guys. And you guys are clowns, and it's great. I love it. It's good stuff. And then I just appreciate what you do, TD, and that's it, man. Go check out my channel, Harambe's World.
Yep. And I want to say, Rami, I appreciate you dealing with me. I know I'm not saying I'm a hard person to get along with, but I am basically big on loyalty. You got to be. I need to see loyalty. And you, man, you've been loyal, and I appreciate you, man. And that's why you always gonna be welcome on this channel to come up and
I
do
appreciate
content.
it.
And I support your channel. I know I don't get to watch a lot of stuff you got going on, man. Trust me, as you start doing content, I'm gonna be like, Rami, you ain't watching the lives no more. I'm telling you, man, it happens. You got to be worried about putting out content yourself. So I'm glad you don't take that personal. And when I get a chance, I watch your videos if I have like an hour or two. I'm like, we know I'm free right now. Let me go watch some content of my homeboy.
I'm only doing shorts right now. Like I'm waiting for the season to start, and then we go from there. But no, man, like I appreciate it, and this is fun. Like this is good stuff. We learn stuff. We meet different people. It's good. Michael asked the question: how many leagues are we in?
I'm in 16 leagues.
I'm in 1, 2. I'm in 8. It's weird for me. Like I'll be in a shitload of leagues one year, then I'll take the next year off and be in like 2, 3, and then I'll ramp it up again. It just depends, but I do enjoy playing in multiple leagues. It's fun.
Right. If you include every league that I'm doing, far as best ball and underdog, I'm probably in like 25 to 30. But it's not as much as you think it is because I'm not setting line. I'm probably setting lineups weekly on about 8 leagues. The rest of the leagues are probably like best ball and other stuff like that.
Yeah, like I'm in 6 leagues where you would set your lineup, and then 2 best ball leagues, 2 or 3. So yeah, man, if it was all best ball, I'd be in a shitload of leagues because like you can't set your team and do waiver acquisitions for like 40 teams.
Right.
There's no way you can do it.
No.
Zach's in 20 leagues right now.
That's not a lot, Zach. Not because we degenerates. That's not a lot.
Yeah, we bleed this shit, man. This is like year-long stuff for us.
Right. Zach and I me and Zach, I think Zach, we and you, because we started off playing with Hustler. I guess I didn't know that you came from Hustler leagues. But yeah, me and Hustler has done content together. I know y'all was saying that he had some openings, but I got so many leagues, I just don't have time. But yeah, man, 20 leagues is not that much, really, when you doing like Dynasty and Best Ball.
Michael's in 4, 9 with Best Ball. So he's in 13?
9. Yeah, 4 and 9 or he's in 9. He's saying 9 altogether, right?
9 with Best. Well, he says I'm in 4, 9 with Best Ball.
9 with Best Ball. I'm saying I guess he's saying 5 more. Maybe he not. He could say 13.
Michael, what do you mean, man? Are you in 13 leagues? I don't know. Yeah, like Best Ball is great because you don't have to set the lineup. You just draft.
Right.
And then the boom players get you the points.
Facts.
You want to say anything to close it out, TD?
No, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Listen, I have draft consultations. It's only $50. But if you are a Phenom member, you get your first one half off, which is $25 for 30 minutes, and I can help you with anything. Also, guys, if you want me to be there with you, your non-total. If you want me to be with you for the whole draft, guys, we can do that. And that's a $75 value. But if you are a Phenom member, that's only $50, and I'll be with you until the draft is complete. I don't care if that's 10 days, if that's 3 days, or if that's 8 hours. I'll be with you. So, guys, make sure you sign up for that. This is cutting edge content.
Yes,
guys,
sir.
I'll see y'all later. And I think I'm gonna do a mock draft, and it's only gonna be members only. Members only tomorrow for a mock draft. And I don't think I'm gonna rate the teams. Do you think I should? Let me ask you that, Rami. You think I still should rate the teams?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And the reason is because, like, maybe not that you'll change someone's mind, but maybe you present a perspective that's a little different, and they're like, "Oh shit, TD, I didn't think about that. You're right." And then maybe they say something to you, and you're like, "Oh, Harambe, I didn't think of that. That's a great point."
Right.
I think when you grade teams, it just makes everyone better, and it creates like more context and different angles to the drafts.
Right. Not trying to bring nobody down about their team, because I believe that you could be ranked last and win the league. So to me, I'm just judging it as the players that I like prerogative. So it's very volatile, and I'm glad Harambe, he had my back in the chat last night. He's like, listen, guys, TD ain't trying to put your team down. He's just trying to judge it and give some context. That's all I'm trying to do.
When you text on your phone, there's no emotion behind it. So you can't tell if this person's grilling you, if they're joking, if they're serious or what. So like in that chat, someone might be joking or saying something and you might take it differently. So when there's multiple people there to like analyze what was said, be like, no, I think you're saying that. And then, they come together and realize there's like a misunderstanding, or they just didn't know what you were trying to say. So putting a voice behind what you're trying to say helps quite a bit, because you can't get the emotion and the human interaction on like a text.
Right.
So
right. Appreciate you, bro. Yep, I agree with you 100%. And that's why I'm actually more of a person. Like when my bosses at work, they be like, Terry, he won't send me an email. He'll come walk to my desk, and I will. I'm not gonna send the email because I need to get that tone. I'm a grown ass man. I want to talk to you. I want to tell you what's going on.
So if I write a 3-paragraph email to you, like trying to pull information, and you respond with, okay, what the fuck's that going to do for me?
Right.
Okay, thanks. Fuck that.
Right.
Tell me what I need to hear.
Right. Travis says, how much is the draft guide? Bro, it's $24.99. But bro, if you're a member, so I'm gonna give you a discount. I'm just depending on what tier you are. And I think you're a Pro Bowl tier, so I'm probably gonna give you like 10% off. So it'd probably be like $20. But if you become a Phenom member just for 1 month, I'm giving y'all the sauce. You get the damn thing for free. You get the damn thing for free. All you gotta do is be a member for 1 month, and you get the damn thing for free. And I might give out a couple of them as the season go on, as whoever had the best team. I might do a couple of those. But anyway, thank you, Travis. Yeah, man, it's $24.99, and if you're a Phenom member, you get it for free. But any other tier, you get it a half off. I mean, not half off, but you get a discount.
Who won the Tomato? That thing's been sitting there forever. It got 55 votes.
I know, man. That's good. That lets you know how many valuable people been here. And listen, man, hold on to those tomatoes, man. We're going to carry that on.
Oh, yeah. I got some good ones here.
Yeah, we just wanted to get to the chat tonight, and that's what the goal was, so we did. But Garrett Wilson, I agree with that. Do you agree with it?
I took Garrett Wilson.
Right.
Yep.
All right, guys, y'all be safe. Talk to you later, Harambe. You want to shoot out your channel real quick?
Harambe's World.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. See y'all later. Peace.
Later.